Morning Invasion with Dex and Steve-O on Star 88.
I suppose we should get going.
Yeah!
Let's go.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You are hilarious.
You know.
So funny. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the program.
It's the best day in the world.
Yeah. What's going on, Starmy? Live from the Dream Style Remodeling Star 88 Studios. What's up, Facebook? What's up, YouTube? You guys can watch the show right now. Just search Star 88 FM. That's Star 88 FM.
There is a girl on our Facebook named Tamraragon. I don't know. Looking for a birthday shout out? I guess today's her birthday.
That's cool.
Happy birthday, Tamraragon.
Could you block her?
Tamraragon? I don't know. I don't even know how to pronounce it.
It's Tamara's birthday today, everybody.
Oh, Tamra! It's way off. Good old Tammy Tam.
21, 22? What did she say yesterday?
Yeah, 37. She
37.
looks great.
Is she really 37?
No.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, what? There's no way she could be my age.
Oh, but I love the new name I've just given her, Tamraragon.
Tamaragon. Sounds like a spice.
See, and I just think of a Lord of the Rings character.
Really?
Yes.
Hey, will you pass me the Tamaragon?
See, and I'm like, we shall venture forth to Mount Doom, led by the incredible dwarf known as Tamraragon. Just saying.
Yeah.
I don't know why she's a dwarf.
What are you doing up so early, Tam?
Yeah, come on, Tamraragon.
Man, I even had, I put an alarm that's supposed to tell me at, I think, 7 that I have to do a birthday shout out. So.
Oh, well, she wasted that.
There you go. I don't have to worry about it now.
All right.
Don't have to. You know, there's barely anybody listening right now. You'd want the shout out during the busiest time, but I mean, whatever. It's cool.
Somebody wants to know if we still get giddy when the countdown starts.
Do we get giddy?
For the morning show? Like as the countdown starts?
It's been a while. It's been a while since I've had that
funny,
feeling.
This morning I got like fired up. I was like, yes.
Yeah, I get fired up every once in a while.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know what it is. I've been doing mornings for so many years, and I don't know if I'm a morning person. I don't think I am. But I don't know. Because compared to other people, I'm a morning person.
Oh, yeah, we're morning people.
Yeah.
For sure.
Because I usually, when I got fired and I was off for 6 months, I'd wake up and I'd get the kids up, and they would be so miserable and so just unhappy with life. And I was, let's do this. I wanted to do a show. I was trying to entertain them.
Yep.
And so maybe I am, but
my family
know.
hates going on vacation with me.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I got the schedule. It's 5:30. All right, complimentary breakfast downstairs.
Right?
We're gonna meet in the lobby.
Yep.
We're gonna hit Disneyland, and we're going on all the rides.
I'm the same way.
We're gonna rock this park for 14 hours.
Right.
So here's the schedule. It is color coded.
Yeah.
It's just all an orange highlighter. The whole thing.
But I don't know. For me, when I kick off the show, I just feel like I haven't really warmed up yet.
Oh.
And it's almost like when you start working out and you just, oh my gosh, my body is
this
tired.
is the stretches, guys.
I'm tired.
This is the stretches.
I don't start warming up till about 6:45, 7.
Sorry, all you early risers. Apparently, it's just me and you. Dexter's still just
still warming up, guys.
Just warming
Sorry.
up. Oh.
So yeah, I get giddy probably around 7. That's when I start getting pumped up.
That's when I sugar crash.
You guys can chime in. 505-338-3700 is the phone number to call in. You can also text in on the live line. What's that number?
505-585-LIVE. That's 505-585-5483. Paul says I sound like his wife when they go to Disney. Dude, I'm obnoxious. Christy doesn't like it. Like the doors open and I'm like, all right, you guys are hitting the fast pass bus over there. We're going to go over here. We'll meet you guys right here at Star Tours. We're going right to left. Actually, that's a lie. You go left to right because everybody goes to the right. So if you go to the left and start with, like, you know, Pirates and Indiana Jones and Haunted Mansion that way and curve back around.
Yeah, I can see that about you for sure. For me, my kids are all teenagers now. Landon used to be my sidekick. Well, first, of course, it was Caleb. When kids are little, they're like your little best friends, like your little sidekicks. They want to do everything with you. They want to hang out with you. They look at you like you're Superman. Now, they're all teenagers, and it's not like that anymore. Landon's slowly slipping away from me as being my sidekick because he used to be that guy. He would go to breakfast with me in the morning. If we were at a hotel or something, he'd be my wingman. Now, I'm all alone.
Are you lonesome?
That's my life. It's called the empty nest syndrome. I'm at the empty nest syndrome part of my life.
I don't want to get there, man.
It's really sad, man. It's really sad because I used to always think, oh, it's going to be great when they're teenagers. And everybody used to warn me, no, it's not. They're different. And no, man, my kids will be different. I thought my kids would be like your kids, actually.
I was going to say, my kids are teenagers, and they're still
my kids, I wanted them to be like the Jeter boys, and they're just not.
Last time we went to Disney, I was tired by the end of the night, and Jack's like, we're shutting it down, Dad. We're shutting it down. And I'm like, you know what, dude? You want to shut it down? We're shutting it down. All right. And so he was like dragging me on all the rides.
Great.
So we have like the late night Splash Mountain photo, and I'm like nodding off, and Jack's like, ah! Like just going hardcore.
That's so great.
Yeah. It was just the two of us, though. Luke and Brody and Chrissy had bailed hours ago.
See, he's your wingman.
Yeah.
You know, you haven't lost your wingman. You know what the true test is going to be? Halloween. We'll see, because last year during Halloween, it was Lando and I. We went out. It was just the two of us. And we had a blast together, and we got so much candy. And at the end of the night, he told me, Dad, this is my last year trick-or-treating. What? And I almost started bawling. I was like, but no, come on, man. Really? This is the best Halloween we've ever had. Yeah. We have so much candy, so we'll see. Ugh. Maybe we can go out.
Want candy in my house. What if I don't want?
See, I'll throw the candy away at the end. It's all about just spending time with my son.
We always go to your neighborhood, actually, for Halloween. It's the
What's
best
my
neighborhood.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Every year. It's like, hey, Peterson neighborhood. That's where you go. They've got the big candy bars.
Yeah, well, we went to Tanawan last year because our friend Ricky lives there, and he knows all the best spots. There's a hidden spot in Tanawan nobody goes to. Nobody goes to.
That's
no
funny.
joke. It was funny. We hit so many homes, and they were like, man, we haven't had anybody come by our house tonight. You're our first. Here, take half of the bowl.
Oh, man.
Okay.
All right.
And then it was, I had a bag too, and they all looked at me like, why are you trick-or-treating?
You're an adult.
But they're old people, so it was like they didn't care. Here.
I don't think I've carried a bag in like a decade or two.
I really hope we get to go out this year. I'm just praying.
Happening.
Please pray for me that Lando and I will get to go out.
It's going to happen, buddy. It's going to happen.
Trick-or-treating. I could force him to.
Cheater's going to make it happen.
What if I paid him? What if I said, I'll give you $20, dude,
Pay
to
him
go
in
out
candy.
trick-or-treating? I'll give you all my candy at the end of the night.
End
That's
of the night.
that's what I did last year. I don't know, man. It's hard growing up.
Yeah.
Enjoy your kids, man.
Yeah.
If you get anything out of this conversation, enjoy your kids.
While you can.
Big or small. I mean, just while they're small, because once they get the teens, they're gone. Unless their last name is Jeter. All right. This is crazy. I saw this yesterday. Rio Rancho ranked among best places to live in America?
I'll take it.
What?
I'll take it. Spend a lot of time up there.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. The City of Vision?
Is that what it's called?
That's what it says in the article. I've never heard anybody call it the City of Vision.
Maybe it's because they've had a vision for like 30 years to build a city, and it's almost gonna possibly happen someday.
Do they still have the red light cameras in Rio Rancho?
I don't think so.
Did they take them down?
They have the vans now.
Oh,
so they still have those.
Wait, what did the vans do?
The vans are basically the cameras, but just in van form.
Oh, okay.
So instead of like being at all the intersections, now there's vans, and they're just like randomly placed where it's like, speed limit's 35, homie. You best be going 35.
Does it take a picture or anything?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
wow.
got like crazy cameras on both sides, and it's, yeah.
So, yeah, so then I guess they do have, I mean, it's just the van camera, right? Yeah. That was such a horrible thing. I hated that thing. I was always getting tickets in the mail.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I used to get one right down the road because they had one at this intersection, and it was like you had to stop on red
Ugh.
no matter what. And it was like, well, but I had the green arrow. Oh,
Money Magazine thinks Rio Rancho is one of the best places to live.
Huh.
It ranked 30th among the noted attributes, which are landscape and the view of the Sandias. You know what? Good call.
yeah.
The beautiful view. You know what? Everybody in Rio Rancho is really cool.
Yeah.
Actually, and it's different than the rest of the city, right? It's almost like it's a different town. It's connected, but it's just different.
You know,
That's what I like about
the funny thing is, I've lived here forever, and I never knew that. The City of Vision is their motto. It's like on the signs.
I've never
As you
even
drive
noticed.
into Rio Rancho.
Never even
I
noticed.
drive into Rio Rancho every day. Now I'm going to have to look at the signs.
The article says Rio Rancho has a high quality of life with plentiful amenities and is one of the safest places in the state with the modest housing costs below $200,000. That is a good thing, man. It's like you can get a really big home for, not a whole lot compared to the rest of the city.
We were looking to go into Rio Rancho.
Look at the
but-
Peterson's house.
Yeah,
That's
but
a nice
that's
house.
not Rio Rancho.
I
It's
know,
still
but
like,
I mean, West Side in general is
Yeah.
going to be so much
West
cheaper
Side is the best side.
than Northeast Heights. Yeah, I mean, you can really get a big home over there. I think that's why it's growing. But
Okay.
yeah, I guess Rio Rancho is the place to be.
I'm down with that.
The best place to live, according to the rankings, is Frisco, Texas. Never been.
Me either.
The second best place is Ashburn, Virginia, followed by Carmel, Indiana.
Okay.
Yeah, that's okay. That's crazy.
Oh, Frisco's a city in Texas, part of the Dallas-Fort Worth metro area. Huh.
Really?
Okay. Okay.
Frisco. Yes, Frisco. I don't know.
Excuse me.
Dallas didn't impress me too much.
Look, it's up north. That's because we were west. We were near Fort Worth. It's north.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's still flat, and I don't like that.
I mean, that's why I like Rio Rancho. You look out and you get a great view of the Sandias, no matter where
Yeah.
you're at.
It's true.
It's fantastic.
Also on KRQE's site, they did an article where a study showed that the most popular places millennials are moving to in New Mexico. What do you think? What do you think, man?
Well,
Where are the millennials moving to?
I figure it's probably going to be Rio Rancho because you just.
No, it's not Rio Rancho.
It's not Rio Rancho?
It's a specific place in Albuquerque. It's a neighborhood in Albuquerque where
Nob
millennials
Hill.
are flocking.
Nob Hill.
Lead and Carlisle. Is that Nob Hill? Lead and Carlisle? That's pretty much Nob Hill, isn't it?
Ish?
Yeah. It's like almost war zone.
Yeah.
Ish.
I'm like, okay. No, that's, yeah.
Is it?
Because Carlisle right there.
Lead's before Gibson if you're heading south, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, that's Nob Hill. Lead and Carlisle.
Yeah. That's right by Astro Zombies. I could walk
See?
to get comics.
Yep.
It'd be a dream.
Millennials are really looking for value in homes.
Okay.
So that's the most popular neighborhood where you can get a custom-built home. A lot of renovations have been made to some of those homes. They're being refurbished.
Who are you
I think this
morning?
neighborhood has a lot of great parks that are hidden, said Kareem. There you go. Let's go. Lead and Carlisle, guys.
Okay.
I would imagine it's probably expensive to live there.
I mean,
Lead and Carlisle.
nah.
No, you don't think so?
Caleb chiming in from Octa, Ohio this morning.
Octa, Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
Where's that at?
I have no idea. I mean, I have a partial idea. It's in Ohio.
Okay, I've never been to Ohio.
Felicia loves living in Rio Rancho, by the way.
Good, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was reading some of the comments, and it was pretty split. There was a lot of people like, oh, my gosh, Rio Rat Hole, you mean?
Yeah. I don't get that.
But then there was like a lot of people that said they loved it. And they've been there forever, and they'd never leave.
It's a drive. But
here's the thing,
it's
and that's the
Albuquerque.
thing. People were complaining about, if you don't like the commute. The commute. I've been on the west side. That was one thing for me. Why I never moved to the west side is because I didn't want to deal with the commute, and it's not bad at all.
No.
Even during rush hour traffic, it's not bad. 20 or 30 minutes, that's so easy.
It's great. John chimed in from San Antonio, Texas. Like, think if we lived in a big city like
that. Oh, my gosh. 2 hours, 3 hours, we're talking.
You want to commute? That's a commute. Or a small town, like Allie chiming in from Lubbock.
Oh.
Hometown, yo.
Lubbock, Texas.
Go to Lubbock.
Looky there.
Just saying. We got it good here.
We do.
To be fair, Paul says we do drive to work at like 4 a.m., so there's no traffic.
Yeah, that's true.
So we don't really have to deal with the
and I leave
commute
at
from
like
the west
11
side.
or noon. There's still no traffic.
Yesterday, Jack had a dentist appointment, and I had to deal with traffic. Yeah, it does take a little bit of time.
But if you've lived in a big city, it's really not that big a deal. I picked up a Uber to a couple that had moved from Atlanta, and we started talking about the traffic, and they were the same way. They were like, it's so nice to live in a city where you don't have to worry about traffic. But they started to go off about drivers here. Like, why don't people know how to merge in this city?
Oh, dude.
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it cost me a car.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and I think it's just because a lot of people, they've never been out of Albuquerque, and so they don't really know how to drive in like real traffic.
Yeah. Dude.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
got to get out. You got to get out, guys. You got to get out of here and just go live somewhere for a year or two and come back.
And then just really appreciate it here.
Yeah. Like for me, growing up in Montana, I moved away when I was 21, and I never went back. But now that I'm almost 40, there's a part of me that's going, you know what? I kind of want to maybe go back one of these days.
I
don't think it'll be until I'm like 60 or something, because I can't deal with the winters. But
well, we're never going to get to retire, so it's going to have to be when
I don't have a 401k.
pine box. So we're going to be doing this show for a very long time.
Living with one of my kids somewhere. That's all right. Yeah, they can take care of me. Cool with that. What do you think, Starmy? What's on your mind? Anything going on this morning? You guys can chime in.
Felicia says rush hour in Bernalillo is the worst. I commute to Santa Fe. Oof.
Yeah, I could. Oh man, right? When you go down Bernalillo, like in the heart of the city, I can't even imagine.
Pat says same here in Las Cruces. People don't want other drivers to merge. So maybe it's just a New Mexico thing.
It is.
I'll take that one negative with all the positives.
Welcome to the show.
Somebody said traffic here's not bad. I've been in Maryland on a Sunday afternoon in traffic multiple hours.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, you live down in L.A. or San Diego. You're talking like 3 hours in traffic trying to get home. All right, we got to take a quick break, guys. Good morning. Live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios. Big show today. We'll be right back. Hang on.
Pastor Jack Graham and a Star 88 Supernova.
Our words, because they are valuable, words of life, words of blessing, or words of honor should come from our mouths as believers and followers of Christ. We should present beautiful words to the world. Our words are not only beautiful, but our words are powerful. The power of life or death is in our words. But Proverbs 10:11 says, the mouth of the righteous is a fountain of life, but the mouth of the wicked conceals violence. These words that we speak are like a refreshing. When we listen and learn from the counsel of a wise person, it is like taking a soothing drink. When we respond positively to the wisdom of God, to the Word of God in our lives, then it is like drinking deeply of the fountain of life.
Catch Pastor Jack Graham, PowerPoint, broadcast weekdays at 10:30 a.m. on our sister station, KNKT. Ravi Zacharias says, our culture is morally suicidal. Here's Ravi on a Star 88 PowerPoint.
When I was doing my ordination examination after my postgraduate studies in Chicago, I'll never forget, you are not allowed to have any books around you except the Bible. And as I looked at that sheet of paper, the first question said, God is perfect, explain. I put my head in my hands. I said, what on earth? That's like saying define God and give 2 examples. Fortunately, there was just a short space in which to do it, because I think the longer the answer, the greater the possibility of heresy. And I looked at that and I said, I just put one line down. He's the only entity in existence, the reason for whose existence is in himself. All other entities or quantities in existence find the reason for their existence outside of themselves. So in effect, his very existence is uncaused, uncontingent, perfect in his being.
A Star 88, PowerPoint. The Morning Invasion with Dex and Steve-O.
Do you do any other impressions? Like, we could just start chucking them out at you. Like, you audience participation. You just ask the audience.
That's your
right?
Big Mac.
You ask the audience, like, to just throw out some random celebrities and you can do an impression. Al Pacino.
That's the guy. I can't. Wow. Oh my God. Wow. I totally forgot what the dude sounds like.
That's the worst impression I've ever heard. How about this? Keanu Reeves.
Yo, I got 3 aces. You know, like Dylan's head where he's like, yo. And then the guy's like, are you cheating here, Billy?
That's funny. That's it. That's one of your things. You have to go up on stage and say, I can do the best celebrity impressions, and then you throw it out to the crowd and say, you know what? Go ahead. Just throw them out. Throw out a celebrity impression, and I'll nail it.
People are
all right. Yeah,
we got so many chiming in on the live line. Remember the storm? He says Morgan Freeman.
All right. Okay. Where he's in the Matrix, and he's like, so you got 2 worlds you want to go in. You want to take the red pill, and what did he go back into the Matrix, or take the blue pill?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
That's Lawrence Fishburne.
And you know, every time you have to pick the wrong movies, which won't be a problem. That won't be a problem.
That's so funny because we watched The Matrix last night with my kids, and one of them went, see, I told you Nick Fury was in this. And I said, that is Samuel L. Jackson. That is not the same guy.
And it's Lawrence Fishburne is in The Matrix.
Oh, my gosh.
Nicolas Cage.
Okay, I'm trying to, okay. So, hey, I'm trying to think of his movie, like,
Gone in 60 Seconds.
Do you want to go faster?
Yeah! This is going to be the best bit ever. It's going to be so good. Dude, the Starmie's dying. All right, here's one. Alicia Silverstone from Clueless. Go.
Oh, yeah.
From Clueless. Okay, so, guys, you want to go shopping?
I think we found it. That has to be the last one you do. How long do you have in your set? About,
oh, man.
How long is it? 15 minutes? 30 minutes? An hour? What do you...
I think it's like 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay. Oh. That's good. I think that's the closer.
All right, lightning round. Ready?
Ooh, let's do it.
Elvis.
All right, yeah. Yo, hey.
Bane. Christopher Walken. Christopher Walken.
Hey, yo, yo.
This is it. Sylvester Stallone.
John.
John. Oh, Gilbert, I love you, man.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Get to the chopper. Oh, wait. It was not a tumor.
That's good. That's good.
That's pretty good.
Oh, dude, I can't. I can't anymore. I'm dying.
The Morning Invasion with Dex and Steve-O.
Yay.
What's going on in the news today?
Rivers continue to rise in North Carolina, where officials say Florence dumped 8 trillion gallons of rain.
The president says he is seriously considering Poland's request for a permanent U.S. military presence in Poland.
I'm proud to report that Poland has recently purchased a state-of-the-art Patriot missile system.
Julie Chen is out at the talk.
Los Angeles is poised to become the largest city in the U.S. to ban the sale of fur products.
New details about the murder of a top amateur golfer. They found the body of Celia Barquin Arosamena.
Some 200,000 clean emission vehicles in California are set to lose their decals that allow them to drive in the carpool lane without another passenger.
The Securities and Exchange Commission reportedly is suing SeaWorld Entertainment, Inc. The SEC accuses the company of failing to tell investors about the financial hit stemming from a 2013 documentary called Blackfish.
More than 2 million middle and high school students have used e-cigarettes to get high.
Ferrari unveiled its most powerful road model ever.
China has announced tariffs on another $60 billion worth of American products.
A South African court ruling has paved the way for the legalization of marijuana.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey now. Good morning. Live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios. Guys, we are looking to reach 5,000 app installs. You downloaded the Star 88 app yet? If you haven't yet, make it happen. We're planning a little pizza party at Village Pizza if we can reach 5,000 installs of the Star 88 app. So download it, tell your friends, tell your kids. Make it happen, guys.
We are very, very, very close.
All right, you guys can chime in. Live on Facebook, live on YouTube at Star 88 FM. Phone lines are open as well, 505-338-3700. If you'd like to call in, you can also text in. What's the live line number?
505-585-LIVE. That's 505-585-5483. Text in, be a part of the show. Yeah.
You anxious? What are you anxious about?
Nothing. Scripture says to be anxious for nothing.
Do you think people are more anxious now than, let's say, 5 years ago, 10 years ago? Doesn't it seem like they are?
Yeah. I actually just had a conversation with somebody yesterday about this very thing.
Yeah.
They're just like antsy almost.
I feel like I've gotten worse when it comes to being anxious. I used to never really be like that.
It's because we don't take a time to rest, do you think? Like we're constantly going, we're busy, and we can fill our brains with Netflix or movies or video games or books.
Well, I think you gotta kind of take a step back and point out some of the things that, okay, what's making me anxious? Why am I anxious right now? And if you can't answer that, I mean, I don't know. That's where therapy comes. Because maybe it's stuff from your past that is haunting you that you haven't been able to get over. But, for me, when I think of being anxious, it's, I just got a new car. So it's like, oh, my gosh, I have a car payment now.
Got a car payment.
I haven't had a car payment now for a year, and now I have a car payment, so I'm anxious and stressed about that.
As you should be.
We get overwhelmed with bills and loans, student loans, or relationships.
I was going to say relationships.
There's so many things. And it almost seems like there's more of a trend with kids that are anxious now, because I was pretty anxious when I was in high school or junior high because it was such a tough time.
Maybe high school. When I was younger, I was pretty carefree, and we always think back to that time in our life when you're carefree. But now I agree that younger and younger kids are dealing with anxiety,
and I think it's probably because they're not, like, parents aren't preparing them for life.
Yeah,
you got the lawnmower parents out there. And my niece is a perfect example. She went to college, and she had a meltdown. Like she couldn't handle it because she had never really gone out by herself and had done anything. And she had a nervous breakdown and had to come home. And I think that's what's going on with a lot of kids, a lot of millennials out there. I saw this. Teenagers are protesting against giving presentations in class because public speaking makes them anxious.
Oh, okay.
Now, I will say the number one fear, always at the top of every list, is public speaking.
Yeah.
I mean, that's always been a fear for a lot of people. Nobody wants to get up in front. I mean, there's a small percentage of people that right out of the gate enjoy getting in front of people and talking.
See, I wasn't always that way. I remember having to get up in front of the class and do my book report, and I was always terrified.
Oh, I was too.
I hated it.
Oh.
I was not stoked to be in front of my peers and talk about this book I just read.
Yeah.
Mostly because where the red fern grows is hard to talk about.
You were always scared you were going to cry.
Dan, Lillian. Excuse me.
I told myself I wasn't going to cry. Man.
Also, why do we turn into Larry David when we're sad?
I don't know. That's the only impression I can do. And then I lost it. I can't even do it. You put me on the spot, and it's like, and then I felt like I got anxious, and I got this pressure of like having to have that impression, and I lost it.
Yeah. Stacey says I'm anxious because I don't get sleep.
Yeah, chime in. What are you anxious about right now? Let us know. You can text in. You can Facebook, YouTube us. You can call in. But teenagers all over the country are joining a movement to protest against having to stand up in front of their class to give a presentation because public speaking can make them too anxious. The protest started when a 15-year-old high school student who goes by Lean on Twitter posted a tweet earlier this month that said, quote, "Stop forcing students to present in front of the class and give them a choice not to." Her tweet is now at over 500,000 combined retweets and likes and has more than 138,000 comments, a ton of which are supporting what she's saying. Are these kids right? Should schools cut out mandatory public speaking because it's bad for some kids' mental health?
Somebody said, coming from someone with severe anxiety, having somebody force me to do a public presentation was the best idea to happen in my life.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. Because here's the thing. The more you do it, the easier it gets. It's almost like anything you do in your life. If you just continue to do it and do it. For me, it was when I got into radio here in Albuquerque, we had a lot of concerts where we had to go up on stage and we have to announce bands in front of thousands of people. And I was so terrified. But the more I did it, the easier it got. And now it's just kind of one of those things you just do. And it gets easier. Even being on the radio.
Yeah.
The more and more you do it, the more you talk, it becomes just easier and it flows better.
Well, here's the thing, grown-ups. According to a recent survey, the Association of American Colleges and Universities says that oral communication is one of the most sought-after skills in the workplace. Over 90% of hiring managers say that oral communication is important. So I hear what they're saying. I think sometimes we need a good dose of healthy anxiety like that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, of course. Nobody loves getting up. I mean, there are, of course, those that maybe do. I didn't love public speaking. Oh, man, I hated it. Now, of course, as a grown-up, I'm like, why? I wish I could go back and been on the debate team because I think I would have been awesome. I just needed a little kick in the self-esteem.
Yeah.
So.
No, you're absolutely right. We have to be pushed to do things. Nobody wants to go up in front of the class. Nobody wants to go up in front of people and do a speech. Nobody wants that. So I told my kids this the other day because I can't remember which one it was, but they were dealing with anxiety. They were anxious over going to school because they had something, a project or something, or it was a teacher situation. It was like, you know what? I know you're anxious. I know you're stressed out. But this is exactly...
You can do it.
This is exactly why you need to go. It's because in life, you're going to have to deal with this stuff all the time. And you have to learn how to deal with it. You got to learn to breathe through it. You got to learn to just push through these hard times. Why is it that we want things. So it's almost like the whole weight loss thing, or going to the gym. It's like people want that quick fix, that pill, and it takes work to lose weight and to be healthy. It takes work, but people don't want to put the work in. They want to go get plastic surgery, or they want to get liposuction, something where they don't have to put the work in because it's hard. And I think it's the same thing when it comes to public speaking. You have to put the work in if you want to be better at it. You don't want to be anxious, because the more you do it, the less anxious you're going to be.
Students who support abolishing in-class presentations are arguing that forcing students with anxiety to present in front of their peers is not only unfair because they're bound to underperform and receive a lower grade, but it can also cause long-term stress and harm.
Oh, my gosh.
That according to a 14-year-old. Duh! You're 14!
Mm-hmm. A history teacher in Texas named Kathleen Carver basically summed it up. Things are just different today. Quote, we're in a day and age where we have to acknowledge our students' feelings. What? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's coming from a teacher. We're in a day and age where we have to acknowledge our students' feelings.
Yeah. 14-year-old said nobody should be forced to do something that makes them uncomfortable, even though speaking in front of class is supposed to build your confidence and part of your schoolwork. I think if a student is really unsettled and anxious because of it, you should probably make it something less stressful. School isn't something a student should fear. Did you love school?
No.
Of course not.
No. That's the thing. Nobody really, sure, there's the small percentage of kids out there that love to go to school and they love to get up in front of the class. That's a rare thing.
Yeah. 15-year-old says it feels like presentations are often more graded on delivery when some people can't help not being able to deliver it well, even if the content is the best presentation ever. Teachers grade on public speaking, which people who have anxiety can't be great at. I couldn't disagree more. I deal with depression and anxiety regularly. Like, I get anxious, man. And I can't, oh my gosh. Public speaking, as much as I hated it back then, helped me to grow into who I am now as an adult.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I remember the first time I had to go on stage for a concert as well, and it was absolutely terrifying. And I was not stoked. Now, I love it. Now it's different.
Yeah, it's easy.
I'm comfortable, but oh man. So, another 15-year-old said, "I get that teachers are trying to get students out of their comfort zone, but it's not good for teachers to force them out of their comfort zone."
That's exactly what teachers need to do, right? Isn't that what you need to do as a parent too? Is to look for opportunities to get your kids into situations where they're out of their comfort zone, so when they go into the real world, they don't have a nervous breakdown and freak out. Like, that's all about, that's how you grow.
Yeah.
Is you put yourself in uncomfortable situations. Yeah. They're doing the exact opposite.
Dude, so many people chiming in on the live line. 505-585-LIVE. Remember the Starmy said healthy anxiety. Come on. Dude, try always turning bright red every time you have to speak in front of people. It's the worst. Okay. Somebody else said, guys, this is freaky. I have a presentation today for cost accounting. I have been super anxious all day. It only gets worse as it comes closer to the time.
But you know what? You're going to do it. And you know what? I bet you're probably going to feel really good after it's over with. And you know what? If you bomb, you fail, don't worry about it, because it takes practice. It's one of those things you just got to keep doing and doing and doing, and you'll get better at it.
Just breathe. Like, take a second, breathe.
Yeah, and try to find what I do when I get up there is when I stare out at a crowd, I don't see anybody. Yeah. It's like, it's just blurry.
Yeah.
And I usually find one spot in the crowd that I can just focus on, or find a face, a familiar face.
Yeah.
That's what I try to look for, or just picture everybody naked.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, like, guest speaking, like I used to randomly at churches or on, Sundays or Wednesdays or whatever. There were a few times where I would preach. And, it was the same for me. It's like the iPad. And then there were, I always remembered a familiar face over here, or just a kind face, whatever, over here and over here, both sides. And I would constantly be looking both ways so that I wasn't just focused in on one spot, because I would just stare at the back wall.
Yeah.
So I had to do that. But yeah, I mean, come on.
I was reading these tweets, and here's a young person that was chiming in on what she posted. Forcing people with anxiety to do things that make them anxious actually makes some people worse. I forced myself to go to school and be around large crowds. I ended up getting so bad to the point I couldn't even leave my house and cried at the thought of being around anyone. Okay, even if that's the case where it got worse, it doesn't matter. You just have to keep pushing through it. It'll get better eventually. Yeah. Or maybe it's one of those things too with some people. Maybe you just won't ever like public speaking. Maybe you just don't like it.
Coddled so much.
I think so.
That we've allowed this to happen to where it's like, okay, because I remember, growing up, especially middle school, where it was just the worst of the worst. Moving to a new small town, not knowing anyone, getting picked on, getting beat up. Shout out to West Las Vegas. It was like the 5th day I was there. I was wearing basketball shorts, and I'm in the hall, and the bully that was constantly picking on me, the pants.
Oh, yeah.
In front of everybody, everything.
I know what that's like.
Multiple teachers in the hallway, everybody laughing, including teachers.
Oh, my.
Do you think I ever wanted to go back to school ever again?
Wow.
And you know what my mom said? Suck it up, Buttercup. You're going to school because you have to. There's nothing we can do.
Yeah.
I know this is hard for you. I'm so sorry this is hard for you. It's just a season. You can get through this. And I had to suck it up and go to school. This is crazy to me.
Yeah, we're talking. There's this article that came out. Actually, it was over a tweet that this teenager tweeted out. And there's something like 500,000 people have, retweeted this, the 138,000 comments. And this teenager thinks that we should protest against giving presentations in class because public speaking makes them anxious. And a lot of the comments are of other millennials, other kids agreeing that, we're anxious and that's not good for our health. And for our mental health, and even some teachers are agreeing with it, which is unbelievable to me. If you guys want to chime in, you can tell us what you're anxious about right now, or what do you think about kids? Maybe it is different. Are kids just so different than when we grew up that it is making them worse? Because maybe that's what's happened. Maybe because parents haven't really prepared them.
Maybe.
What if pushing them in these, and I'm just playing devil's advocate, what if
it's worse?
It's making them worse than better because they're just different in how they were raised. I don't even buy that, what I said, but that's what they're trying to convince us. Like, you're trying to convince me that's what's going on. Like, they're just a different breed of human being. I don't think so.
Somebody said everyone should have to do some public speaking in school. It helps you realize that you can do these things that are uncomfortable and you'll be fine. Somebody else said, nope, these kids are so spoiled. So another member of the Stormy says, no, because they would have to do this as working adults. Although I dislike public speaking, it's best to just do it. Another member of Stormy said, honestly, I hated standing up in front of people and talking. I've got so much anxiety from it. That part of me wishes I didn't have to stand up in front of people, but in my head, I know it's important. I wish they had forced me to do more because I never got used to it, and I know it's a super important skill.
It's good. 505-338-3700. Good morning.
Good morning. So how are they going to protest if they're afraid of public speaking?
Yeah. I love that.
Like, is it going to be like a in the closet protest?
Like on Twitter?
Yeah, that's
just on Twitter.
That's the protest on Twitter.
In their bedroom on Twitter because they can't leave their room because they're so anxious. Yeah. Unreal.
Well,
Great
love
point.
You
love you too. Somebody says this conversation makes me want to drag my child out of bed and yell at her.
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, man.
Put them in uncomfortable situations.
Yeah. Remember, the Stormy says, if you trust is in the Lord, he will give you strength, he will give you wisdom, he will give you peace. Not that life isn't hard sometimes. It's just different. It's way harder without God. Okay. I mean, truth, biblical truth, well done. But life is hard. And even for those that do trust in the Lord, I mean, Scripture talks about this in many places. To be anxious for nothing. I remember in high school, one of my go-tos was Matthew 6:34, because it talked about not worrying about tomorrow, because each day had enough troubles of its own. and having to worry about today and like not worry about all these things that I would get so overwhelmed and anxious with because my brain can go places. But it was still hard, even as somebody who followed Jesus. As a teenager, life's still crazy hard.
Right.
So,
hey, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think it's I don't know. They're very spoiled. I'm a white guy, and I get very red when I get on public speaking.
Mm-hmm.
But the easiest thing to remember is the simple fact: if you're doing it in front of a classroom, everybody in that classroom is going to be going through the same thing when you're a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep.
So it is something that is going to definitely progress kids as they grow older because you're going to have public speaking sometime in your life.
Yep. And it's just a moment, and you'll get through it. It'll pass. But if you like put up this crazy wall and stay home and skip school and like I can't do it, all you're doing is perpetuating this like, oh man, you're building this monster of anxiety over something that could have been done in like a 5-minute presentation, and then it's done. I think that's life. I think that, oh gosh. Yep. Thanks for the call.
Thanks, man.
Somebody says, but I do think it's good that kids have a voice. Why should adults listen to 14-year-olds, though? I think it's important to draw a line between kids and adults. Their brains aren't fully developed. I know how to fix this. Set them up in front of people to argue their point. When they can prove their point while public speaking, then maybe consider it.
Yeah, and you know what? You're right. Students should have a voice. Now, do you listen or do you follow through with what they want because they want it that way? No. That's the thing.
But you still want them to be heard.
Yeah, you want them to be heard. Everybody should be able to talk about their feelings.
Somebody said being uncomfortable or nervous is not the same as anxiety. We as a society worship comfort. We're afraid to be uncomfortable. Stepping out of our comfort zone is so very important. It's how we grow. Man, Liveline going crazy on this.
Yeah, I was reading some more tweets. This was from one of the students. Truth be told, having anxiety and selective mutism myself, being forced into a situation like that helps in the long run. Best to face it. And hey, there's nothing really to be afraid of. Now going into adulthood, I've been through it. I know how I can handle it. So put yourself in those stressful situations. She said it was a blessing in disguise. And I think that's what it is. I think it's just hard, and it's going to be harder for different levels, right? For different people, depending on where you're at.
Yeah.
But you just got to keep pushing through, and eventually it gets easier and easier. All right, you guys can continue to chime in if you'd like, talking about this teenager who rallied up other students around the country. They're wanting to protest against giving presentations in class because public speaking makes them anxious. We're live on Facebook and YouTube at Star 88 FM. You can text in, and we'll get to more of your calls when we come back. Hang out.
Nearly every day, we're bombarded with stories and images of atrocities that span the globe. One woman refused to look away. Instead, Linya Heitzig looked to the Lord to discover what she could do about the plight of refugees.
Our targeted focus is children impacted by terror. And so we're really trying to help kids who are in the crossfire, kids that are at one of the highest risks of, endangerment through death or torture.
Linya Heitzig's new book, Reload Love, chronicles God's response to Linya's passion for refugees, especially children. Reload Love recounts how God used one woman's heartbroken prayers to start a ministry that turns weapons of war into something beautiful and former battlegrounds into playgrounds for future generations. Linya Heitzig's new book, Reload Love, is our gift to say thank you when you give a gift today to help expand the Bible teaching outreach of Skip Heitzig. Just call 800-922-1888. That's 800-922-1888. Or you can give online securely at connectwithskip.com/offer. This is a fresh thought. Listen up to Levi Lusko.
We must not be on a quest to figure out who the seraphim are, that we forget that this really matters. When did this revelation of who God is take place? The answer is it's in the same year that King Uzziah died. Now, that doesn't even help you unless you know something about the kings of Israel. Most of the kings that Israel ever had, and there was different lists because they split up. They had a civil war only it took. They had a civil war only it stuck, and they ended up as two different nations. And of those two nations that at one point were one, let's just talk about it this way, the great majority of kings they had were really bad. King Uzziah was one of the best kings Israel ever had. And listen to me, he was king for 52 years.
For more fresh thoughts, go to LeviLusco.com. This is KLYT, Albuquerque, Santa Fe, New Mexico's fresh alternative. Star 88. The Morning Invasion with Dex and Steve-O.
Big day, how we feeling?
Huge day. I want it now.
Man, I tell you what, I'm just getting more and more fired up over this conversation. Teenagers all over the country joining a movement to protest against having to stand up in front of their class to give speeches. Why? Because public speaking can make them too anxious. This 15-year-old high school student who goes by Lean on Twitter posted a tweet earlier this month. She said, quote, "Stop forcing students to present in front of the class and give them a choice not to. Well, her tweet is now at over 500,000 combined retweets and likes, has more than 138,000 comments, and a lot of them are supporting what she's saying. A history teacher in Texas named Kathleen Carver basically summed it up. Things are just different today. Quote, we're in a day and age where we have to acknowledge our students' feelings. So I'm reading some of these tweets because when she tweeted this picture that said, stop forcing students to present in front of the class and give them a choice not to, she explained herself.
Yeah.
And her whole thing was a lot of these kids, including her, they're so anxious that they could get a bad grade because they're so anxious. So why not give them another option to give a speech or a presentation a different way than getting up in front of a class, which is what? Over the computer? How do you do a presentation? Is that what they want to do, like a FaceTime thing? Like, what other ways could you do that?
If it was FaceTime, it'd be totally legit.
Oh, totally. Yeah, totally.
I honestly don't know. I just think it's something that it has to happen. Like, sorry, this is part of it.
Yeah.
There were things that I didn't love about school.
And that's the thing, right?
Like, but we're all different. Some people loved PE. Some people hated PE.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Some people loved public speaking, and some people got super anxious over it.
Yeah, she was also saying that she's like talking to people that have been diagnosed with anxiety. So if you've been told by a professional that you have anxiety, especially glossophobia, then this is who this tweet is talking about, is what Lean said. And I was just telling Steve-O off the air, this is why I'm getting so fired up, is because this is what happens, and we're seeing it a lot with young kids, is that the anxiety comes, which is what happens to everybody, and then you start medicating. Parents are sending their kids to a doctor. Hey, fix my kid.
Yeah.
My kid has a lot of anxiety. So they put them on these pills that are completely destroying themselves.
Rosalind,
it's changing their personalities.
On YouTube said something similar. I wonder if young people today have anxiety different than we did. In my family, I have so many people who have anxiety and are on meds because of it.
Right.
And it's like, I don't think it's different. I think we're peddling meds more.
Yes.
And yes, I do think it's important that if a medical doctor prescribes you something, obviously we're not saying, get off of your medication. That's not like a clinical thing we're saying here. However, I do think there are a lot of people who are on medication that should not and don't need to be on medication.
Exactly. There's so many doctors out there that hand out prescriptions like it's candy, man.
Here you go.
Here you go. Oh, you got anxiety. Here you go.
Yep.
And then, I have a family member, perfect example. Her personality is completely gone. She's not even the same person because they have her on Prozac and she's a zombie now. Yeah. Like, she's just gone. She goes through life just there, but there's no personality because she's on medication because she has anxiety. That to me is insane.
Yeah, Brooklyn says, next thing you know, they're going to say we shouldn't take tests or do homework. Like, that's the thing, right? Chrissy chimed in and she said, it's better to get a poor grade than a 0, which is what they should get if they don't do the public speaking.
Yeah.
And it's true.
Yep.
So.
You guys can chime in 505-338-3700. Thanks for holding.
Oh, hey, guys. So I know when I was growing up, we had no choice. It's like, I don't even know where the kids these days get off thinking that they have a voice to speak about. They're children. Do as you're told. Shut up and just do it.
Yeah.
And just real quick, just want to give a shout out to Michael and Paris. Hope you guys have a good day at school. And Paris, if you don't do your class presentation, I'm going to give you something anxious to be about when you get home.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Okay. It's good parenting right there.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay.
Man.
Quote, if you don't give a speech, you get a bad grade. ... To change this would be the same as saying, let's let employees sleep in instead of working hard, because if I don't work hard, I won't get a good evaluation. I just need to sleep in.
What if you called into work and you told your boss, I'm just super anxious today. I have so much anxiety.
Yeah,
I can't come to work.
This presentation is stressing me out.
I just can't do it today.
I just can't.
Yeah. Is there any other way we could do this? Is there another way besides me getting in front of the
you're
company?
Fired.
Yeah, exactly.
We can definitely do this another way. You're clearly not the right person for the job.
Right?
Get out.
Insane. It's so insane to me. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Morning. It's Mary.
Hi, Mary.
Hi. So as a teacher, we have the Common Core state standards that we have to follow. That is something that we're hired for. We sign a contract, and a giant part of that is speaking.
Yeah.
So the kids may not like that, but then they need to protest higher up.
Yeah.
The standards, because the English standards, at least it's reading, writing, speaking, listening.
Yeah.
And the speaking and listening part comes from class presentations. Now, if they want to modify it and do, I don't know, like an iMovie or something for their presentation, I don't hate that idea, but you can't always rely on technology. And most of the time, whenever I give my kids the technology option, something falls through. They're like, my computer didn't work,
Right.
So you just have to rely on the old poster board and speak in front of the class thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it sucks, but I don't know. They can protest the standards, but we as teachers have to teach the standards. It's what we're hired for.
Yeah, and I think what we said before, it's like, let the kids have a voice. If they want to protest, protest. But
yes,
nothing's going to happen. You're still going to have to give the presentation about Call of the Wild.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Thanks for the call. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And thank you for what you do.
I honestly don't know how teachers do it. How does Chrissy do it? I don't get it.
She's not a teacher.
She's a principal. Wait, she's not a principal. What is she?
She runs that joint.
I mean, even if you're somebody who runs a school or you're a teacher, I don't know how they do it. I have no idea how you would handle. I would strangle a kid. I'd be in jail. All these stories that come out where a teacher physically harms a kid, I go, you know what? I kind of understand.
So here's what stinks. Is coddled brats like this. And yes, that's what I'm saying. Coddled brats like this who are just like, I just don't want to. The speaking is hard. Gives a bad rap to all students because on the flip side, I think of my wife's school where it's a lot of state-assisted kids, people in broken homes, horrible situations, a lot of tragedy. And because of that, these children are going to function different. They're going to respond differently. And that's why they need to be in schools that can help and do things like home visiting and go, hey, why are you lashing out this way? What is going on? Because there are some who seriously have traumatic things happening at home that cause them to lash out or act like a bully or be a certain way. And those kids need help. Those kids do need help. But unfortunately, what we're getting is 14-year-olds who are just like, it just makes me nervous.
Yeah.
I had to go hide in the bathroom the whole period and cry because I couldn't public speak. And because of that, we just kind of blanketed across the board. Because there are actual students who maybe have whether it's a learning disability or just something happening in their home life that we don't know about that probably needs to be addressed. And it's not gonna because now everybody's lumped into the same soft millennial category.
Right.
Because let's be real, most of them are.
Yep.
So,
good call.
Somebody said there's such a thing as being over-medicated. I'm on antidepressants, anti-anxiety, because I am genetically predisposed to depression and anxiety. It runs in my family. I feel so much better when I'm regularly taking my meds. Definitely not a zombie. I did try a lot of other things before being medicated. Tried being off meds for a while, but I always came back to this. Also, it does affect work negatively, but there are things set up to deal with it.
And on that note, listen, I get it. Some medication, some people need it.
Yeah.
And it
saying.
improves their lives. It makes them better. But there are so many other people out there that are taking medication that don't need to be on it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's doing the opposite effect.
Somebody said, when I was diagnosed with an anxiety disorder resulting from my PTSD, my psychiatrist didn't waste any time pulling out a prescription pad. Prescribed me 2 pills, an antidepressant and an antipsychotic, and I took neither. Anxiety is a part of my life, and the only way to overcome it is to go through it. I had to learn breathing techniques, triggers, and how to deal with them. My anxiety is still here, although it's not nearly as bad.
I love that, man.
Yeah.
Because there's so many other things out there.
Yep.
Food.
Yep.
What are you putting in your body?
Dude.
Exercise. Are you exercising? Because I guarantee if you start exercising, you're going to feel better and you're going to have less anxiety.
Yeah.
Like it's just proven. It's scientifically proven that if you do those things, that you're going to feel better.
Yeah.
But that's somebody that had PTSD. That's somebody right there that you would go,
that
you
would go,
need it, bro.
Hey, take these.
Take them. You need it. But
It's
they
like,
didn't take the
nah.
pill.
Yeah.
And look, they're probably doing things that are helping them feel better.
Yep, absolutely.
So crazy.
So many people chiming in with the same word, spoiled. Kids today are too spoiled. It's up to the parents to teach the way of life and how it is. Parents have to prepare their children for how life can be tough instead of sheltering them all the time. Somebody else said, spoiled brats. Complete your presentation, get it over with. Somebody else said, public speaking may be their calling, and the enemy may have them bound. And as parents and adults, our job is to fight for them and push them to be where they are called to be. Somebody else said, at a school I teach at, students set goals related to their public speaking and English class, and they're graded based on the goals that they set. So not everyone is graded on that same scale. Kids with anxiety feel empowered to try public speaking that way. Everyone is still expected to give a lot of speeches because it's important to future employers. That's good.
So anxiety, being anxious, is just fear, right? It's just a ball of fear.
Right.
That's exactly what it is. It's
Yes.
fear. And I look back on my life and I go, you know what? If I would have allowed fear, if I would have allowed my anxiety at the time, like getting into radio, I had so much fear of being on the radio because I was such a shy kid. I never really talked. And so if I would have allowed that, where would I be today?
Right.
What other job would I have? Maybe I'd have a job I loved. Maybe I wouldn't. Maybe I'd be in a job I hated.
Maybe you wouldn't have a job.
Maybe I wouldn't have a job, right? And that's our whole point is you guys are letting fear dictate your life, and you're going to miss out on opportunities.
Yeah, Scripture reminds us we're not given to a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. And these things are so vitally important because I think when we allow that emotion to dictate our actions or to dictate our lifestyle, it's such a dangerous thing. You know, when I was in that car accident, it was terrifying to step back in a car. Like just this week, we went to the state fair, remember? And we were driving on the freeway, and man, just going on that road in that lane where the accident happened, I still it's difficult for me. But you know what I had to do? Jump in a car and power through.
Yeah.
Like, what was I going to do? Sit at home and be like, I can't drive.
Christy, I need you to take me to
ever
work.
again.
Yeah.
Take me to work. So I literally jumped back in there, and man, I had like the tingles and jingles in my fingertips. And the first time I got back into a car, it was very scary. And I was nervous, and I was just watching. And there are still times where I'll be at an intersection just checking everything out, scoping my rear view, and I can get anxious. But you just got to power through it.
Yeah,
you have to. I'm not going to be like paranoid because we become so paralyzed by our fear that we just can't do anything.
Right. Yeah, and then you're living under a rock.
Yeah.
You know? And that's not what life's about. Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
Hey, go ahead.
I just wanted to say that, I'm 16. I'm still in high school. I'm finishing high school and things like that. And, back ever since third grade, ever since I could remember, we always had to do, presentations. And at first it wasn't something that I ever wanted to do, but, I had to grow from that and learn how to, stand up in front of the class and present in front of my classmates.
Right.
And so, I think that that's a really important, skill for kids to learn no matter what. If they're anxious or anything like that, I just think it's an important skill because it's helping me, still now.
Yeah.
Learn to be, a productive part of, my class and society.
That's great, man.
Yeah.
No, that's really good. Thanks for chiming in.
Yep.
Yeah, thanks.
We'll see you, man.
So Lola says, 40 years ago when I hated public speaking, I was spoiled. I don't think that's what people are saying. A lot of people hate public speaking. That's not the point.
Yeah.
What people are saying is it's spoiled to just jump on Twitter and say, I don't like this. you should change it because unfortunately, it'll probably get changed. No, I hated public speaking. I think a lot of us are saying it was terrifying. We didn't like it, but it was something we had to do that we got through. And nowadays, the spoiled comes in when this next generation doesn't have to do those things because if they protest loud enough on social media, things get done and changed, and we're coddling and catering to children.
That's the problem. The lawnmower parents that we've been talking about for a while now. That's why kids are having a hard time dealing with situations, dealing with a presentation, because mom and dad are the ones that are doing all the work for them.
Yeah.
They're not allowing them to go through life, through situations.
Yeah.
They take care of it for them.
Beck says school is a phase. It's 9 months at a time of learning different subjects and skills to set them up and prepare them for life. It's true. Man, I could tell you 70% of the things at school I did not like.
Yeah.
I loved lunch, though. Ranch with the roll and ranch. And just like, that was the jam, yo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the concourse, you had the like little middle.
They still have them, too.
The Rollin' Ranch?
They have the Rollin' Ranch.
Can we sneak back into high school and get a Rollin' Ranch?
I know people over there.
It's like the size of your head, and you have a giant noggin.
I have a huge head.
You really do.
It's huge.
Rollin' Ranch. Poor Vita, bro. Felicia says, maybe it's just me, but I feel like my anxiety helped me be better at my job. Being anxious led me to learn things thoroughly and to practice safety. I took what could have been a negative and turned it into a positive. Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Trey says kids are getting anxiety because they only communicate through their phones. See, and that could be part of it too. Like learning, public speaking. I remember when I was in middle school, I had this one teacher in particular, and it wasn't just get up there and do the presentation. It was you went through the steps of how to be a public speaker.
Yeah.
What you needed to do, how you set yourself up, the different, not just bullet points, but to talk through it and to breathe and all of the different things. So it wasn't just like pushing somebody out there and going, now talk in front of people.
Right.
I think if we teach them, it'll be better.
Mm-hmm.
But so many people just like, no, I can't. It's like, yes, you can. It's like the first time your kid is going to jump off the diving board. It's like, dude, I'm right here.
Right.
You're jumping 18 centimeters.
Exactly.
You're going to be okay. And it's terrifying because it's a new experience. Like, I remember the first time Brody wanted to jump off the diving board into the pool, and it was just like, no. And I'm like, dude, I'm literally right here. And so it was to a point where I've got my arms just about touching him going, just, dude, trust me. And he did. He trusted me, and he jumped in the water, and now that kid is like a fish.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime we're anywhere where there's a pool, he just wants to swim.
Yep.
And he doesn't want his daddy. He wants to do it all by himself. But he wouldn't have done that if I had just said, you know what, son, you're right. Jumping in a pool is terrifying. You should just go sit in the chair and hate life.
Right. Yeah. We're talking about this teenager who sent out a tweet basically saying, hey, we need to start protesting against giving speeches in class because, hey, it's given us anxiety. We're anxious, and that's awful. That shouldn't be happening, and teachers and schools should not be doing this. And, man, it started a firestorm. Of course, a lot of other teenagers chimed in, and they're like, I agree. We need to protest. We need to stop doing this. I've been reading some of these tweets. Here's a teacher that chimed in and said, hey, I just want to say I'm sorry I make students present, but unfortunately, that's part of the course, and it's my job to assess them on it. Mm-hmm. I promise I'm not doing it to be spiteful. I'm just trying to help build their confidence like I had to. Mm. And that's it in a nutshell right there. That's exactly why you're doing it. It's you have to build confidence. Everybody that goes into a speech class or has to present something in front of a group of people, you're going to have anxiety. It's going to be stressful.
Yeah. Thebes says, isn't Fortnite like public speaking? But I would say no. I think that's also part of the problem. Dude, Luke on his little headset, when they're playing video games, I hear some of those kids say the craziest things that they would never actually say to their friend to their face.
Exactly.
Ever.
You're not sitting in front of a group of people.
They're playing like co-op, whatever, this and that team stuff. And it's like, you idiot! Run over. No, oh, bro, just got sniped because you were blah, blah, blah. And they're like acting like jerks to each other. And then they're in front of each other. And it's like, quiet.
Right.
No one's saying stuff. You're so bold when you're behind a keyboard or you're on a little headset and you don't have to actually stand in front of somebody.
Well, it's the same for us. I mean, we're in this little closet, this little studio. And if we get out in front of people, if there's a crowd of people watching us doing the show, I guarantee you, I'm going to act different.
Yeah.
You're going to act different. It's just going to be a different environment. But we're more comfortable here because there's nobody watching us. It's just us. But as soon as you get in front of a group of people, man, it changes everything. Not saying that we can do it because we've done it so many times, but it changes how you act, I'm just constantly looking at people's faces, and if they're not laughing, I'm feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm not doing my job.
Failed.
Yeah.
Somebody said people nowadays can't even talk on the phone. I mean, look at me. I would rather text your live line than call you.
Exactly.
Touche.
All you texters out there.
It's so true. Like, it's changed in radio as well. The phone lines used to be jammed. Like, constantly. Phone call, phone call, phone call. Now, looking at it, we've got 88 texts I still have to read that I haven't gotten to this morning. We've got people chiming in on YouTube and people chiming in on Facebook.
Yeah. That's how we communicate now.
Yeah.
Right.
So, who knows? Everybody's going crazy, though.
Yeah, if you have anxiety over calling us, hey, you better start calling us.
Yeah.
That's a good way to get over it, right? Just do it.
Somebody says, sounds like someone's just upset they didn't prepare for an assignment and decided to complain about it on Twitter. And that could be it, too.
Maybe.
Like, if you over-prepare, the public speaking will go better for you. And that was one thing that was told to me in middle school. It was like, and it was just like, dude, have the content. If you have content, but you're standing up there and you're like, this book was good. Oh, I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
It's like, did you read the book? No. Oh, so that's why. Gosh. Somebody says, my son is 10. He's in 5th grade. But when he was in 4th grade, him and I watched the movie Wonder, and my son was more motivated to go to school every day and turned what was a negative into a positive. He can now stand in front of the class and present his projects.
Beautiful. See? Good morning. You are currently talking to about 10,333 people.
Gosh,
Go ahead. You're live.
Hey, good morning, guys. This is First Bad Impression Guy. I'm actually going out of my shell to call again.
Awesome.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Love it.
So I wanted to talk about my anxiety towards public speaking as well. But I got so anxious when I was in college. I don't think I did it enough in high school that when I just reached this point that I just wanted to just report on something that was kind of off the wall, you know? Like, I think I reported on some funny stuff. And once the class started kind of chuckling and giggling, it got a lot easier. And then that was just my way of approaching that anxiety.
Yeah.
That's good, man.
Yeah, it definitely helped me out because now at work I have to give presentations and do things like that. So it's definitely a plus, you know, to step out of your shell.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good stuff, man.
Thanks for the call.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah, you guys have a good morning.
You too.
Well, dude, it's the same. I can do this radio show just fine, but I still have these things called air checks where I listen to Heidi or DJ Bossman Dan or whoever it is, whatever shift it is, and I have to listen and I have to evaluate, and then I have to go back and I have to talk to them, or I have to talk in front of like the crew on Friday when we have DJ meetings. I still get a little anxious.
Yeah.
Especially if I'm not prepared, or if I'm like, well, what are we gonna? It's a part of life.
Yeah.
It kind of makes us who we are as a human
confrontation
being.
that's always been a really hard thing for me to do.
I'm terrible at confrontation.
Yep.
So, but I just think it shows you that your heart is beating. Like, I'm not saying that these kids are spoiled because they're fearful. They get spoiled because then they just check out and don't have to do that.
Well, think about
They'll never grow.
We talk about all these stories of people ghosting other people. That's a perfect. The reason people are ghosting relationships or whatever is because they don't want to deal with it because it's too hard. And there's so many times where I just want to ghost people. You have no idea. I just want to ghost everybody and just leave.
Yeah.
Well, you know, you deal with it. You put your head down and you just grind it out.
Yeah.
Make it happen.
Dude, yeah.
505-338-3700. Okay.
Oh,
Thank you so much. All right.
Wait, what are we doing?
Hello? Hello? Okay, bud. Thank you so much. All right.
Like, what are you doing?
I thought that we had to press 1.
Okay.
All right. Well, I think we've solved this issue.
Have we?
Yes, we have. I mean, the minute we started talking about it, we solved this issue. It's, hey, just do it. If there's any teenagers, any kids out there listening to the show right now, it's going to be hard. School's hard. Getting up in front of people is hard. You're going to have anxiety. There's going to be a lot of fear. But if you continue to just do it, if you just push yourself to do it, it'll get easier. It'll get better. And that anxiety will start to drop. But you know what? Start eating better. Start having a good breakfast. Drink more water. Go exercise. That's going to help with your anxiety. Don't just go to a doctor and say, fix me.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what you need. I don't know. Yeah. But don't be so quick to jump to just try to medicate yourself.
Well, think about this. Somebody said adults don't even answer the front door anymore to talk to a human being.
Mm-hmm.
So how are we judging kids for not wanting to talk in front of people? Facebook is full of memes saying, don't call, don't come to my door, just text me.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. It's so true.
Yeah. Answer the door, man. I wouldn't have Vader if I didn't answer the door. Think about that. I wouldn't have my dog, which I love, if I didn't answer my door. And I almost didn't because I had anxiety. You're going to miss out on opportunities, man. Yeah. You're going to miss out on what God wants in your life if you don't answer the phone, if you don't answer the door. You got to put yourself in those uncomfortable situations.
I had literally never thought about radio as a career in my entire life. And when Joey was doing the morning show 15 years ago, he said, you should come do the morning show with me. And it terrified me.
Sure.
Because I didn't know anything about radio. I didn't know what I was doing. And I said, nah, man, I'm going to be terrible. And he said, no, you're funny. Just come hang out with your friend. And it was the best decision I ever made because it's how I'm still here 15 years later.
Exactly.
I got a job in radio, and I was terrible at public speaking. But it was because I pushed myself and thought, you know what, this could be something cool. I stepped out of my comfort zone. And sometimes we just got to do that because you never know what's going to happen when you do.
Exactly. Good.
You get stuck with this guy.
You get stuck with me.
Forever.
Forever? I'm going to ghost you one of these days.
Okay.
You better watch it. All right, we got to take a break, guys. You guys want to chime in? Facebook, YouTube Live at Star 88 FM. You guys can call us. We'll get to your phone calls when we come back. Live from the Dream Style Remodeling Star 88 Studios. Hang out.
A supernova on Star 88 with David Jeremiah.
The Antichrist is going to be mortally wounded. He is going to be looked at as dead. People are going to think his power is over. This great ruler who has been the coalition leader of the whole world. And all of a sudden, he will come back to life. He will feign the resurrection. What is his name? Antichrist. What is his program? Counterfeit. What is he after? To draw the masses after him. It's his last fling upon the earth. Remember, he knows he's got but a short time. He's going to use everything at his disposal to try to take as many people to hell with him as he can, because he's been thrown out of heaven and he's been set loose for just a time here on this earth. And his program is going to be awesome. It will be a terrible time in the history, and they will follow him because he has great military power.
Turning Point with David Jeremiah. Don't miss it on our sister station, KNKT, weekdays at 11 a.m. on 107.1 FM. On Star 88, Robert Morris brings us this PowerPoint.
Do you know why you work where you work? Listen to me. You say, well, it's because God provides for me through that. No, that's not why God gave you the job you have. Because God can provide for you with ravens. He can send manna from heaven. He can get water out of a rock. He has no problem providing for you. He makes his streets are made out of gold. Okay, the foundation of his house are diamonds, and his gates are pearls. It's not because he's extravagant. It's just because it's just laying around. Okay, he has no problem providing for your children. He did not give you your job to provide for you. He gave you a job so you'd be a light in a dark world. Wherever you are right now, your coworkers are probably not going to go to heaven unless you take your basket off.
A PowerPoint with Robert Morris. This is Star 88. William Tyndale said this: "We do not wish to abolish teaching and to make every man his own master, but If the teachers will not teach the gospel, the layman must have the scripture and read it for himself, taking God for his teacher. Star 88 with a solar flex.
One, two, three, 1, 2, 3, 1, over and over again. Going right back to the start, starting from where we begin. And I don't wanna be your friend, I just wanna be in love. And even if I'm chasing you is good enough. I keep on running back to you. I can't lose this time. And no matter what I do, I can't lose my. I keep on running back to you. I can't lose this time. And no matter what I do, I can't lose my. Fit, I throw a fit, and I leave you alone. And I don't wanna be your love, and I just wanna be your love. And even if I'm chasing you, no matter what, I keep on running back to you. I can't lose this time, and no matter what I do, I can't lose my. I keep on running back to you. I can't lose this time. And no matter what I do, I can't lose my. I keep on running back to you. I keep on running back to you. I can't lose my. This time, and no matter what I do, I can't lose my. I keep on running back to you. I can't lose this time, and no matter what I do, I can't lose my. I can't lose my.
Hey, what's going on in the news today?
In North Carolina, where Florence made landfall, some of the rivers are still rising. There are also long lines for food, water, basic supplies there still needed.
The woman accusing Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh of sexual assault in high school is saying she'll testify, but she wants the FBI to investigate first.
Police making an arrest now in the murder of a former Iowa State University golfing star.
We have charged Colin Richards with murder in the first degree.
Julie Chen is walking away from the talk and standing by her husband as he faces a flurry of sexual misconduct allegations.
Right now, I need to spend more time at home with my husband and our young son.
Daycare owner accused of child endangerment outside Dallas. Rebecca Anderson was arrested accused of strapping children in car seats, leaving them in a bedroom closet.
Holiday jobs boom happening right now. Instead of people struggling to find work, it's the stores who are struggling to find workers.
SpaceX founder Elon Musk announces the first private passenger to fly on a trip around the moon.
It's Japanese billionaire Yusaku Maezawa.
I choose to go to the moon. I want to go around the moon. No, I don't. Really, I don't. I have no desire to go to space.
I would love that, but it would be...
No, I'm good.
be weird being like the only one, because then you'd be trying to explain it to people and talking to them, and it's like, you know what? You're just gonna have to experience. Never mind, you'll never experience it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a gajillionaire.
Right. Welcome to the show, everybody. Live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios. Thanks for chiming in on our discussion this morning. We're gonna move on, but if you missed it, we talked anxiety. We talked to the kids out there. Hopefully we didn't motivate any of the kids. It's just the way they are, you know? It's just going to be tough for them. It's just going to be hard. It's going to be tough.
Yeah.
But maybe we did. Don't forget, you guys can always go back and listen to the show on demand. We have a podcast, which is available on your smartphone. If you have iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play, we're right there, guys. Or just YouTube or Facebook. We upload the shows every day right there. Watch us. Hang out with us. And we're trying to reach 5,000 downloads of the Star 88 app. If you haven't downloaded it yet, hey, download it. Make it happen. And tell everybody about it so we can reach 5,000 and have a pizza party, have a lunch at Village Pizza. Village Pizza said, hey, we'll give free pizza to the Starmy to celebrate 5,000 downloads.
Yeah, when it breaks 5,000 app installs, we're throwing a giant party at Village Pizza West Side with the entire Star 88 crew. We're all going to get up and public speak in front of you.
Oh, it's going to be so fearful.
I'm making you give the speech.
Oh, gosh, I'm so anxious right now.
I know.
So anxious.
You have to say the prayer for the pizza.
Oh, gosh, I'm
in front of all the people.
Anxiety.
I know.
I can't even do the show anymore.
I know.
I need to leave.
I'm just saying.
Need to go home.
Yeah. I know people who won't pray in public.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Don't ever.
You want to put them on blast?
No.
Put them on blast.
Well, if we're all at like dinner or somewhere, I'll just go. Chrissy, you want to pray for the food?
Oh, Chrissy.
Yeah, no. Never.
Yeah.
Ever.
Well, hey, you just got to do it. You just got to do it.
Which is interesting because we used to do worship together, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like we led worship down for Calvary Knob Hill, and before that at Western Heights, and no matter what, always going to be the person that prayed or even spoke to the people.
Yeah.
She was like, I'm here to sing.
Right.
She would not speak.
Yeah.
So
that's what kind of stinks about our career is that people just assume that I'm the guy that's going to give the speech or the prayer. It's like, oh, man, just because I talk for a living doesn't mean I want to do the speech or the prayer. Mm-hmm. Come on, guys. Don't put me in that situation.
Aisha says, I haven't been listening that long. What's a star me?
It's this little thing that we send out. It's a sculpted
the Star 88 Army
Dex figurine.
It's the Star 88 Army, the Star me.
Yeah, and that sounds really dumb and stupid, but because it really was when I think you came up with that name, but it just kind of stuck.
Yeah,
it's an army full of you guys. And it's Star 88, so we just Star me, mashed it together.
Mm-hmm.
It's very confusing. Very confusing.
Yeah.
Do you like pranks?
Am I delivering the prank or receiving the prank?
You know, I had a pretty good prank yesterday. I have more pranks.
Oh gosh, you're the phone
I have more
prank.
pranks. I'm the prankster.
Gosh.
I want to be known as the prankster, the guy that pranks people.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a soundboard of all these drops, and I'm gonna call up a singing school and have some fun. You ready?
Mm-hmm. Oh, no.
Hello, Professional School of Singing.
Someone had mentioned to Tones that there was someone who's walking by and I kicked my toe and
Hello, School of Professional Singing.
And I'm just texting away, texting and walking. And I step up on this little step And then all of a sudden I just go.
Are you inquiring about vocal lessons? I'm a vocal coach here at the school.
Look at my hand, my pinky.
Excuse me, my name's Brian. I'm a vocal coach here at the school. If you are interested in this school, then we can talk about that, but I refuse to be insulted here on the telephone with you.
Okay, sorry.
I refuse to remain here on the phone with you and be insulted.
I was just applying some eye makeup there outside the window.
Are you illiterate?
Battle drums worship now. Battle drums worship now. Here we go. Battle drums worship now.
Sorry, but I'm not here for your amusement. I think that you're in a
Oh. Wow. Good job, Tam. I made that for Tam's birthday. Tam, did you hear it? Did you hear? She didn't text me back. I was like, you need to listen. That was for you. It's Tam's birthday today. I'm the prankster, guys. Just call me the prankster. Let's get back to some good, solid pranks.
You are literally the worst.
Radio shows don't do that anymore, right? They don't do pranks anymore. I'm bringing pranks back. That's what this show is going to be known for. That's going to be our Cheaters Hotel. Pranks.
Yeah, people are like, is this a new segment? If so, I love it.
Beautiful. See? This is our Big Mac. When you come to our show and you want to order something, you order the pranks. I want an order of the pranks. When you go to Mickey D's, you order a Big Mac. It's our Big Mac, man. Mm-hmm.
Welcome to 2018, where phone pranks take longer to do because then we have to actually call them back and ask them if we can use it for the radio, and we can't do them live.
We do? We have to do that?
Yeah, duh. We do that with the School of Music.
Oh. I have to call them and
yes, you do.
Ask for. Oh no.
Yeah, if they say no, you can't air that.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Because all of them said no. You're joking. Get out of here.
Oh, I pranked you so hard.
Ah, you got me, prankster. We're just a bunch of pranksters. I might have another prank before the end of the show. I might have another prank. We'll see what happens. We got a busy show, but maybe I can squeeze in another prank before we get out of here. Maybe I called a daycare.
Oh no.
Maybe I did. I don't know. You have to wait and see. Maybe I'll play it after 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. You'll just have to keep listening if you love pranks.
Shout out to Sutton who just downloaded the app. Let's get to 5,000 people.
All right.
The Star 88 app. Just search Star 88 FM on the App Store. We're trying to get to 5,000 because I want free pizza.
We want free pizza, man.
Thanks to Village Pizza Westside, by the way. Seriously, they are amazing for us. Like, anytime we need food, we're like, hey, we got this event. We're doing this day. They're like, where are you people?
Yeah.
Love Star 88. We're like, well, we love you too. So
yeah,
thank you.
I just hope that we'll have enough pizza on that day. I mean, that's going to be a lot of pizza.
They do have an all-you-can-eat buffet. So maybe they're like trying, they're like, oh, yeah? Take it to the limit one more time. The Eagles.
I wish I was into buffets.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what it was. When I was a kid and into my 20s, I loved buffets. And now I'm not a fan of the buffet. Maybe it's because I know that food's been sitting there for a while.
Yep.
Back in the day, you didn't care, especially when you were a kid.
Yeah. Yeah. No, last time I went to a buffet, I got food poisoning, and it was like, well, I'm never doing that again.
Well, yeah, because you ate sushi that was under a heating lamp.
Listen, nobody told me that you don't eat sushi in Vegas. That's
Who puts sushi under a heating lamp?
It's Vegas, okay? Clearly, Vegas was the place that I thought, oh, well, they've got it together because Vegas.
Was it good sushi?
It was salmon. I don't remember. I started smelling colors almost instantly. I knew this was a bad choice. The raw sushi is warm. It's under a heat lamp.
Oh, gosh.
I got all the microbes.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
505-338-3700 if you'd like to call in. We're challenging you guys that have anxiety, that are nervous about calling the show. Hey, do it. Make it happen. Overcome that fear. Be a part of the show. Just don't text in. Don't just chime in on Facebook and YouTube, but call in. Be a part of the show.
Okay.
I need to...
oh, no.
need to talk about something because we learn something new every day on this show.
We really do.
I am so blown away.
I see what you're doing, and I don't like it.
I can hardly hold it in. I need to talk about this because did you realize this? Did you know that this is what will happen?
No.
Guys.
I didn't, and now I don't know how to live.
If this is science, okay? This is science. If you hold in your flatulence, it can come out of your mouth. I was always told if you hold it, you could die.
Yeah.
That's not true.
Yeah.
It'll just come out of your mouth. Claire Collins is a nutrition professor at the University of Newcastle in England, and she wrote an article with some really bad news for you. If you hold in your flatulence instead of just letting it rip, your body eventually will release it through your mouth instead. Quote, trying to hold it in leads to a buildup of pressure and major discomfort. A buildup of intestinal gas can trigger abdominal distension with some gas resorbed into the circulation and exhaled into the breath. I don't understand any of that, but you know what? It makes sense. People that have bad breath are probably holding in their farts. That's science.
I don't know how to live.
Quote, the next time you feel a large volume of intestinal gas getting ready to do what it does, move to a more convenient location. The best thing for your digestive health is to just let it go. It's better for you. We are just teaching, educating the listeners. That's what we do here.
At least one doctor is warning people about exactly how they pass gas. In an essay for The Conversation, nutrition expert and Professor Claire Collins says that preventing yourself from passing gas can lead to that gas being reabsorbed into the bloodstream and then later escaping out of your mouth. In the article, Professor Collins writes that there's something easy to do to remedy the situation. For your digestive health. Move to an acceptable location and let it go.
Let it go, guys.
So would
Let
you
it
call
go.
those people potty mouths?
Yes. Oh, got a potty mouth.
Thank you, member of the Star Army, for sending that one in.
It's good, man.
So I love the live line.
This is a crucial life lesson. Okay? Move to a more convenient location. I always do that. I'm the guy that moves to a convenient location, and guess who comes in? Monica.
It's just a matter of science.
It's just a matter of science.
It's just what happens. You know that you know. You go off into the quiet corner, say the kitchen area where no one is.
Yep.
But Dex is a magnet. And no matter what, give it 4 seconds. See, if you're ever feeling lonely, you know, like, I'd really like people around me right now.
Yeah.
You just gotta
let
let
it go.
And then people will show up.
They will come.
It happens literally every time. And then I can hear Dex going, hey. Or you walk out into another area. Walk with me. I was just walking 7 feet this way.
I think it was yesterday. I had to let one go. And guess who came in? It was Joe. Joe just, hey, how are you? And I'm like, and I just admitted to him, I'm like, Joe, I'm sorry, bro. I just let one go. I really am sorry. But you need to probably leave this location or find the nearest gas mask because it's bad.
Oh, and that was the last show they ever did.
Yep. We're educating people. This is science, man. Yeah. It's unhealthy to hold them in. You gotta release them, and if you don't, it's gonna come out of your mouth, and then you're gonna have a potty mouth.
Somebody said it's okay, Dex. Sharing is caring.
Thank you.
Another member of the Stormy says, sounds like this scientist found out the cause of everyone's anxiety.
Amen. Amen.
Could be.
Yeah, I agree.
Could be. Smells. Weird smells. Weird about smells. Oh, anxiety. Somebody said, Dex, I'm never going into your office ever again.
Yeah, okay. It says here, she's not saying you'll start burping up farts or anything. That's I don't
literally what it said.
Right. That's exactly what it said. It'll come out of your mouth.
Yeah.
Hey, go ahead.
Good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead.
Just a few safety tips. Always be sure to call safety when you have to lower the pressures.
I haven't done that in years. Safety.
Safety.
Oh, man. I'm going to start doing that again. Safety.
Safety.
That's so great.
Either that,
man.
or you can call hazmat.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you probably should when I have to let him go.
Incredible.
It's appropriate in our environment to call hazmat, and that way people can use the Dawn self-contained breathing apparatus.
Yes. Yeah. I love it.
Or an air purifying respirator in order to maintain their sanity and lunch.
Good stuff, man.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
See you, buddy. 505-338.
I just want to start calling doorknob on you.
Doorknob. Doorknob.
Doorknob.
Hey, go ahead. Morning. Go ahead, man. Turn that radio down. I think you're getting confused. Go ahead, man. You can speak. Oh,
I don't know what to say.
That anxiety's kicking in, isn't it?
Hardcore.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool, man. Thank you for the call.
Thanks, man. I don't know what to say. Sometimes you don't have to say anything.
You know, 505-585-LIVE. Just helping anxious-ridden people since 2016.
No, man. You need to call back.
505-585-LIVE.
Overcome that fear, man.
Text into the show.
Overcome that fear. All right. Well, that's one thing. If you're new to the show, we educate you. We want to make sure that you go through life, not struggling. But, I mean, you know what? We want you to struggle a little bit. We want to make it a little bit easier for you. So let them go, guys.
You're a walking contradiction right now. What?
I don't even know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Don't listen to anything I have to say. I actually have to leave the room. Told me I need to go to a convenient location when no one's around, so if I could just leave the show for a second.
Remember the Stormy said my brother would always say, I smell popcorn after passing gas so that everyone would inhale. Is someone microwaving popcorn?
That's so great.
Gotta love Big Brothers. Yep.
What's that smell? It smells so good.
Is somebody heating something up in the kitchen? Yeah.
Hey, go ahead.
Good morning.
Go ahead, man.
Long time no talk.
Long time no talk. Go ahead, man. You got 30 seconds.
It's Booty.
6 seconds.
Hi, Booty.
Man.
I didn't even know it was you.
Me like?
It's been a while.
I know.
Just wanted to call in. I haven't talked to you guys in a minute.
It has been a little bit, man.
It's good to hear from you.
Is life good? You doing all right? Good.
Yeah, doing great.
Good, man.
We still need that backsplash?
I do. Subway tile, please. Cool.
All right. Thanks, Booty. We'll see you later.
Catching up.
All right, man.
Okay.
It's great.
Right.
Great talking to you.
Great catching up.
See, this is why we don't talk to anybody. This is why. All right, everybody. We got to take a break. I don't think you realized what today is, Steve-O.
It's the 19th of September.
Yo-ho, a pirate's life for me.
It's Talk Like a Pirate Day.
I didn't even dress up like a pirate or make a big deal out of it or anything.
That's piratey.
No, it's not. It's
a
G-Love shirt.
Yeah, but it's kind of got the writing and art is kind of piratey. Yeah, we'll talk about that. We got a letter coming up. You guys can chime in, hang out with us on Facebook and YouTube Live at Star 88 FM. We'll be right back.
Slater Transfer and Storage is a Star 88 power partner. Slater Transfer and Storage has been family-owned for more than 30 years. They're an Atlas Interstate agent and are certified by the American Moving and Storage Association, moving locally, long-distance, corporate, or even international, and providing local storage. Slater Transfer and Storage is located at 6900 Washington Street in Albuquerque, on the phone at 505-345-8841, and on the web at atlasalb.com.
There have been several great awakenings that brought the country back to God. Pastor Greg Laurie says the most recent one happened just a few decades ago with the Jesus Revolution. This week on A New Beginning, Pastor Greg points out how the time is right for another spiritual awakening, and God wants you to play a part. Find out more this week on A New Beginning.
Make an appointment with Greg Laurie weekdays at 8:30 a.m. on our sister station, KNKT 107.1 FM. A Star 88 Supernova. Here's Rick Warren.
Let me tell you what is the biggest distraction for most people. Your past. Your past. Some of you refuse to let go of your past, and you keep holding on to it. Either guilt, things that I've done to others, or resentment, things that others have done to me, and you won't let go of the guilt or the grudges or the grief, and as a result, you are stuck in the past, and you cannot get on with the present, and you can't certainly get on to God's future vision for you if you're stuck in the past. You need to let it go. Let it go. Your past is past. It's over. You got to let it go so you can get on with the future. Stop rehearsing the past. Release it. Release it and let it go. Distractions will keep you.
Catch Rick Warren's Daily Hope on KNKT 107.1 weekdays at 7:30 a.m. KLYT, Albuquerque, Santa Fe is Star 88.
That's our story, and we're sticking to it.
Got up before the alarm, sunlight replacing the stars. Finding my phone in the dark, putting my life on restart. So many places to go, asking what's best, I don't know. Each hour's an hour you make, so I know it's gonna be strange. One more day, I believe that it's gonna be all okay with you. And now, I gotta let it breathe. I'm awake. My heart is beating for you. Your love is all I need. Another day, I'm gonna live it for you. I'm giving thanks for another day. Giving thanks for another day. Thank you for one more day. I'm giving thanks for another day. Giving thanks for another day. No one can tell me what's next, or just how much time I got left. Hourglass half full of sin, but I know it's all in your hands. There is no me, only yours. It's only in you I would trust. Yo, goodbye to fear and a doubt. Hello to your love reaching out. Feeling like one more day. Wanna show that I'm gonna go all the way with you. And now, I gotta let it breathe. I'm awake. My heart is beating for you. Your love is all I need. Another day, I'm gonna live it for you. I'm giving thanks for another day. Giving thanks for another day. Thank you for one more day. I'm giving thanks for another day. Giving thanks for another day. Thank you for one more day. I'm giving thanks for another day.
The Morning Invasion with Dex and Steve-O.
Hello?
Dad?
Yeah.
It's your son.
Oh.
How is the weather in Montana?
It's snowing and blowing and icy and cold and.
Oof.
In June?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. The high is 83 degrees. Am I looking in the right thing?
The high is 83 today.
Really?
And it says it's sunny.
Huh.
Well, I'm leaving the house.
Oh, now I feel a lot better. Your mother just swatted a big mosquito, and it splattered blood all over me.
Oh,
okay.
Now we got all my neighbors are they found frozen stiff and died.
Oh my God!
Wait, what?
Glenn Reinhardt.
Are you kidding me?
Bob Collier froze to death.
What?
Then Sonny Smith.
Yeah.
He froze too.
We have a friend on Facebook who offered us some mountain lion, and my first thought was that's just eating a cat.
Yeah.
Like you're just eating a cat.
Actually, they're pretty good eating.
Oh well.
Tell you the story about Mom and I went over to what was his name?
Bill.
House for dinner, and we were having mountain lion.
No, I haven't heard this story.
And that was who named was that? Hey Beth, whose house did we go to have a mountain lion? Oh, Cadieux.
Oh, Cadieux.
Oh, Cadieux.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we went over there, and I knew what we were eating, and we all sat down and started eating and everything, and I could hardly choke it down.
Oh,
Mom had 3 helpings.
I thought Mom did? I thought you said it was good.
Well, she doesn't. Well, it was just the idea of it.
Yeah.
Because you knew.
Yeah.
Never had it.
Yeah, you're eating cat.
I thought it was one of Mel's house cats.
Oh,
well, yeah, you might as well have been eating his house cat. That's exactly what it is.
Weird.
It's like a bigger cat.
Actually, it's pretty good. It's kind of like pork.
The Morning Invasion with Dex and Steve-O.
No.
Invasion with Dex and Steve-O.
All right, everybody, I'm feeling this. All right. Tonight. It's a pleasure hanging out with you guys. Man, we haven't walked a Sopo together in years. We held hands. And then Monica had to ruin it. You know, we were having a moment, and then here comes Monica again. I'm just kidding, Monica. Just giving you a hard time. We love you. Because we're live from the Dream Style Remodeling Star 88 Studios. Glad to have them on board.
Couldn't say that without Monica.
That's right, everybody. That's right. You guys can be a part of the show. Hang out with us. 505-338-3700. You want another prank, don't you?
Oh.
I feel like I need to do this prank because we're about ready to get pranks are going to get shut down after today's show. They're going to get shut down.
Okay.
So I feel like I need to just play all the pranks so at least they got aired. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You guys want another prank? I'm like waiting for people to like respond. Hey, who wants another prank? Who wants another prank? If you missed it, I called a singing school earlier. I have a soundboard of buttons with clips from the show. And this time, I called a daycare. You think I maybe shouldn't play this one? Maybe I need to get this one approved?
I don't know what's about to happen, so.
Good morning. Daycare, can I help you?
Hey,
Hello? Jory, I'm on the phone. Yeah.
The, Moana there's one movie that has, real bad, like, satanic stuff, so you guys need to be careful.
This is a daycare center, sir? Are you sure you have the right number?
Well, it's, there's one movie that has,
I'm sorry, what?
I can't remember.
Are you looking for the daycare, sir?
No. Hey, dogs, what about Ball?
I'm not sure what you mean, sir. If there's something I can help you with, I'm kind of busy here.
Ratatouille is so lame.
Thank you for calling. Good morning. Daycare, can I help you?
Rats are for eating all kinds of scummy things.
Sir, I think you just called here. You have the wrong number.
The beast would beat the mermaid, dude.
If there's something you're looking for with a daycare, then you found it. Otherwise...
Mermaid? Would tear the mermaid up, dog.
If I find out who you are, my husband is going to come over there and he's going to take your tonsils through your nose. You got me?
See you later, dog.
Don't say that.
Yes! That's the greatest one ever right there, guys. I'm probably going to get fired. This is my last show. On a scale of 1 to 10, Steve-O, where are you at with that prank? 1 being the worst.
Well, I still remember the first time that guy called us. And I was weirded out then.
That was the exact phone call.
Like, that's crazy.
I cut up that phone call and used it as a soundboard. And now that Stormy member is going to lose his tonsils. So you really have to ask for permission?
Yeah. That's why we can't do them live.
Okay. Well, this will be my last show.
Yeah.
And I have no more pranks. So I just wanted to get them all out of the way, so that way at least we aired them and we're good to go.
Okay.
Because I feel like I put in a lot of work, so to not air them would...
It would be a disservice to pranksters everywhere. Is prank calling the original troll?
Ooh, yeah.
Is that like the original troll?
You know what's funny about prank calls is that because I did it when I was a kid, when my kids started prank calling and I found out they were doing it, I didn't get mad at them. I taught them how to do it.
Oh.
I gave them instruction on how to do a proper prank call. And here's the deal. When you prank call somebody, I actually broke the rule in this last one. You should only call them once.
You should
I
only
called
call
them
them
twice,
once.
so I apologize. Yeah. I just couldn't help myself. But I actually some kid tried to prank call me the other day from Montana. I got a weird Montana number that called me, and I picked up, and it was some kid trying to be funny. And, try to prank the prankster, huh? So I went along with it, and then he hung up, and I called and left the voicemail message telling him that I was the FBI and that I knew where he lived and that I would be coming to his house to raid and arrest the whole family. I got him good, man. I got him. I bet he was freaking out. He was probably crying. They call me the prankster.
No one calls you the prankster.
They call me the prankster.
Okay.
Or prank star.
Somebody says the prank calls must fulfill their destiny.
That's right,
and be
man.
aired.
You guys want more of those? I'll make more.
No.
If you guys want more.
No.
You don't want me to do any more?
Oh, gosh.
I can do more. Put a poll up. Put a poll up. Ask everybody if they want pranks. We could just do pranks. That could be our whole show. That's our Big Mac, guys. That's our Cheaters Hotel. Maybe it isn't. I don't know. Let us know. You want to do a letter?
Oh, my gosh, yes. We haven't done a letter
We
in a
just
minute.
got a letter. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. Wonder who it's from.
Oh, I wonder who it's from, everybody. Let's find out who it's from, shall we? Here, you read this letter. You're better at reading than I am.
Well, I didn't get to pre-read.
Well, I want to eat my pastry.
Hey there, Dex and Steve-O. I'm not going to sing this one because I haven't pre-read it, and who knows. My name is Bailey, and I'm hoping I can get some help advice from you guys and or others. I already messed up and said the person's name. Is that okay? They started off with their name.
You're good.
Okay. I've been in a relationship with my boyfriend for about 1.5 years now. Everything has been great. We don't fight. We communicate very well. And we have been talking about getting engaged in the near future. He's the perfect guy in my eyes, except for this one thing I can't seem to get over. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
He's obsessed with playing Magic the Gathering. If you're not quite sure what Magic the Gathering is, I'm right there with you. From what I understand, it's a card game that's kind of a mashup of Pokemon and Dungeons and Dragons.
Is that correct?
Sure.
I mean, you would know.
Thanks. Yeah, sure. I don't know, I guess. It's a game intended for kids as far as I know. My problem is that I find it really embarrassing for him to be 21 years old and still paying money to play with these cards. He's constantly spending money on new cards, or decks as he calls them, plus every Monday he goes to a game store and pays to play in some kind of tournament. We're looking to buy a home in March, and I recently brought up the fact that I don't want these cards to be in our house. He was obviously offended that I was suggesting he quit his hobby, which I can understand. I would be angry too if he asked me to give up what I do in my free time. What gets me is that his chosen hobby is for children in my eyes. I mean, this is something you have to go to the toy aisle to find at Target. We fought for a while and ended up giving me the option of telling him to quit. And he would. I couldn't get myself to say the words because I knew if I told him to give up something he enjoys doing, I would feel very guilty. But if he continues playing, I'm worried that I'll be resentful towards him in the future. Am I out of line here for asking him to grow up, or am I wasting my time with a guy that's refusing to give up his toys? Please help. Thank you for reading. Love the show.
Now, just take out Magic the Gathering, and this is Chrissy writing into the show. Because if you replaced Magic the Gathering with collecting toys or playing stupid app games, you would
wow, we already
fit
got
right
calls.
in. You'd
And
fit right
people
in,
already-
man.
Magic the Gathering's a little different. That
How is it
really
different?
like a nerdy card game.
Okay, but you still do. You collect comic books, you collect toys,
sure,
and you play video games. All that kids do.
Okay.
You're just like this guy. You're just like him.
I don't buy things on a weekly basis and then go out for tournaments every Monday night and pay money for it.
You just play a tournament on your iPad.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What do you think he was doing all day yesterday morning? He was on there because his alliance was mad at him and he had to play. He had to put in time.
You know what? You're not wrong.
Exactly.
You're not wrong.
You're this guy.
Well, maybe we should call Chrissy since this woman needs woman advice. I don't know. Phone lines are like slammed right now. Maybe take some calls.
I have some great advice that I'll share in a little bit.
Thebe says, hey, Steve-O turned out okay. Albert says, man, let people do what they want to enjoy their time. Stop being so complaining about simple things. We all have something we enjoy for fun. Just let people enjoy themselves. Caleb says if he gives up Magic the Gathering, she has to give up Hobby Lobby.
Okay.
Sam says this is a tough one.
Is it a tough one? Yeah, I don't know if it's that tough.
Yomi says, wait, so they're not married and living together? 1, no. 2, you missed it. They're engaged, and they're talking about buying a house in the near future.
Yeah, it doesn't say anything about them living together.
No, and so
quit judging them.
When they purchase the house, she's saying she doesn't want these cards in her future house.
Wow.
Judgy McJudgerson.
This is a judgment-free zone?
Yeah,
okay?
bro!
It's just like Planet Fitness.
Unless we're talking about cards, in which case it's okay to judge. Dex.
You know, it doesn't matter if it's a card game or any other sort of hobby.
Yeah.
If your partner doesn't like something in the relationship, then that's something you need to start figuring out before you get married or buy a house together. Like, those are things. If this woman can't accept this man because he loves Magic the Gathering and he loves to gather with his friends on the weekends and play Pokemon and Dungeons and Dragons and Magic the Gathering, then you know what? Maybe this isn't the guy for you. Quit trying to change him.
Yeah, Sam says if she really loves him, I think it's okay as long as it's not interfering with their relationship.
Sure.
Paul says, how can he be crowned the king of Elvendor if he doesn't enter the tournaments?
Let's say this girl was into, I don't know, a knitting club. I don't know. Maybe she was like with her friends and bake. You know?
So dumb with girls.
And the guy was like, you know what? I don't think this is ridiculous that you get together with your friends and bake on the weekends. I just think that's basically what she's doing. Just because she's not into it, she's telling him that, no, this is ridiculous. This is a thing kids do, not adults.
Yeah.
Well, we found out a lot. I think probably more adults play Magic the Gathering, I would imagine, or Dungeons and Dragons than look at Pokemon.
Yeah.
When that app came out, holy cow, man, the park was full of adults.
It's true.
What do you think? Go ahead. Don't laugh. This is a judgment-free zone.
Hi.
Dex, oh my gosh, you were making me laugh so hard.
I'm being very serious right now. I'd appreciate if you would
seriously, Britt, Momney.
I know, he just feels so passionate. I feel like there's almost like a little hurt in him.
Oh.
Who did this to you, Dex?
I mean,
you.
Who hurt
Does
you?
somebody not let you play your Dungeons and Dragons cards? I mean, I feel like there's like some kind of like wound.
You know what? No, I can relate to
over
this.
that.
I can relate to this because I don't think it's okay that people want to change you. If you're into something, if this is your hobby and this is your passion, then you should be able to do it.
Hey, no, listen, I'm calling to
Why
support
are you yelling
Don't
at
chew my head
Britt?
off.
I know. Hey, I love you, girl. I'm sorry. He's so angry.
I'm not yelling at you, Brett. I'm sorry.
God.
I apologize. I'm sorry.
You've already listen. I'm already hurt at you. You're not taking us to the airport on Friday morning. Okay, I'm having to find a different weird, creepy Uber for 4 o'clock in the morning, and now you're chewing my head off.
Yeah. You know what? I'll take you to the airport. All right.
Yeah.
I'll take you to the airport.
No, it's fine.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
fine. I've already dealt with it.
Fine.
I've already set up a different weird Uber person that's
Perfect.
going to take
That's
us.
not how it
Fine.
works.
We're just going to have our 2 kids with some weirdo that we don't know. I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
Anyways, I wanted to call in. I think first, I think we would need to know, did he like play this game or whatever, this card game, like before they got together? Like, did she meet him playing this card game? Because then it's like pretty messed up that she's trying to change him. You know what I mean? Like,
okay, but
you
let's
met
just
him
say,
playing this
but hold
game.
on.
Let her talk,
No.
you idiot.
No, stop for a second. Let's talk about that for a second because what if?
Sorry, Brett.
Let's say he got into this after they got together. Why does that make a difference? People discover new hobbies all the time.
But I know. Gosh.
I know.
Answer
I'm
my
sorry.
question.
I don't know what happened,
Why
man.
is it so hard for you to answer my question? Why is it hard?
Well, no, it does matter because I feel like maybe, okay, and here's another contributing factor. Does he, do it all the time? Is this, literally, she can't hang out with him because he's always playing his little card game, he's with his friends playing card games? Then I could understand, okay, dude, honestly, this obviously seems more important to you, then maybe we should reconsider our relationship. But if it's just a Monday thing, that would be hey, you can't, that'd be like me telling Seth, hey, you can't go to the gym.
Would it be kind of similar to say you telling Seth that he's a nerd and as an adult and shouldn't play with Legos? Because I feel like Legos are a hobby for children that maybe, just maybe.
No, okay. No, he's ridiculous.
He plays with Legos?
Wait. No, here's the issue with the Legos.
Yeah, please.
The Legos
tell us how it's
he
different.
wants are $100 each.
Well, yeah.
He puts it together and it sits on top of our bookshelf. It's
so
not
you
that
think
he's
it's stupid?
Playing with Legos or no. It's not me and Jakin, we're going to put a Lego set together and we're going to play with Legos. Oh, okay, fine. No, I'm going to buy this $100 Lego set.
This is the same thing.
Sit and collect dust on top of. No,
Britt,
it's not.
Britt, this is the exact same thing. This guy is spending money. Hold on, Britt. Hold on. In the letter, hold on. Let me talk, Britt. Let me talk.
Gosh. You know what? We need to get Seth on the line. No, I'm not going to let you talk. We need to get Seth on the line because even though I feel that way, there's many times I've come home with a Lego set for him because I was thinking about him when I was at Target.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you know what? I support him in his endeavors.
Okay. All right. Well, it sounds like you don't.
It sounds like you give him a hard time every time.
Exactly.
I do give him a hard time, but he gives me a hard time about things too.
So that
what are your hobbies?
Makes it okay.
What are your hobbies besides Instagramming?
Knitting or is it baking?
No, let me tell you, baking. Did you say baking?
Dude, focus, both of you. I want to smack you both.
I feel like that's so sexist.
Oh, my gosh.
Tell me how you really feel. Please tell me how you really feel.
Britt, what are your hobbies, yo?
Honestly, I was telling Seth this a while back. I don't really have any hobbies. I like my hobby. No,
so maybe
I know.
that's it. Maybe that's why.
That's sad.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's just get real for a second.
Okay.
So I was reevaluating my life the other night, and I was thinking, what drives me? What makes me, feel alive?
What makes
and I was
you tick?
thinking, well, I don't have any hobbies. And then I was reminded, well, I comment on TMI. Is that a hobby?
Yes.
Do you think that's a hobby?
No,
it's a hobby. You chime in regularly.
It's a pastime.
A pastime or a hobby? What's the difference?
I don't think it's a hobby. You can't consider that a hobby because you chime in on some radio show. Give me a break.
That counts as a hobby. You do you.
You're so mean today.
He's the worst.
Literally, the Uber job is making you cold-hearted.
I'm questioning my life after this Uber job. I just question everything now.
Honestly, I feel a little confused because usually when I call in, it's Steve-O being mean to me. I'm
not even being mean.
With him.
I'm not even being mean. You just won't let me talk.
Yeah, I mean.
Okay, what do you need to say? What's on your heart?
Okay,
say what you need to say.
In this letter,
Thank you. See, Brett, that's where I went.
She describes the exact same thing that you just said to us about your husband. She's upset because he spends money on cards.
It's a mashed up Pokemon and Dungeons and Dragons. It's a game intended for kids. We have to go to the toy aisle to get them at Target.
Right. So he's spending money on, hold on, he's spending money on something that he loves to do, but she has a problem because she doesn't like it.
Or doesn't understand it.
Doesn't get it.
What if Seth spent $100 on a bowling league? What's the difference between you and her? That you'll cut a fool?
I knew Seth was like that, and I still married him, and I loved him. I just give him a hard time. I'm not writing in a letter to the radio station to figure out.
Oh my gosh, cat fight. UFC 229.
Get a house with this guy.
Britt Romney versus Stormy Lady.
If I can be honest with
She's got a name. Her name's Bailey.
Get real, girl.
Let me be real.
Okay.
There is going to be way bigger issues in their marriage than the stupid card game. So if this is really, I feel like she's not feeling him for other reasons. Because this is very, very, small.
Judger.
Yeah. All right, there you go.
Judge her.
All right. So,
All right.
yeah,
Look in the mirror.
There's my opinion.
Look in the mirror.
Good opinion.
And if we have any... Did you play music anytime that I talked today, by the
Oh
way?
my gosh.
we
Go
did
back and
not.
listen. Go back and listen. Okay?
Yep.
I'm going to have to.
We got to go,
okay,
Britt.
and then
Love you.
can you... No, wait, hold on.
Got a busy show.
Is there any, like... You need to stop. Can you just make an announcement to any of your Uber friends that aren't weirdos that we need a ride at 4 o'clock this
yes,
morning?
I will pick you up. I got you.
4
All right?
o'clock in the
We
morning.
love you.
on
Goodbye.
Friday.
See you later.
Somebody says I got a hobby for Britt. Disassembling Legos. Seth can build them. She can tear them down.
Nothing wrong with building
Nothing
Legos.
wrong with it. And then he just has to rebuild them.
Yeah, that's fun. Building Legos, model airplanes, whatever.
Yeah.
Same thing, right?
Somebody says be happy he's spending money on cards and not booze or drugs or other really horrible things. Be happy. He's happy. He's content.
Yeah, but here's the caveat, okay? This is where it could get bad. Is that
turns into an obsession?
It could. And you know what? You could be spending money on things when you don't have the money. If you are trying to save for a home, maybe that could
But all things
stop
in
you
our
from
life that we do that we don't take into consideration, like moderation, can become an obsession.
Exactly my point.
No,
Exactly
that's
what I was
my
saying.
point.
That's exactly what I was saying.
Sure, it could, but there are worse things that can become a destructive obsession than a card game.
Like what? Drugs? I think it's the same thing.
Gambling.
Well, it could be playing cards could be a form of gambling in a way if you're spending money all the time.
No judgment here, but last night it took me like 15 minutes to pay for gas because it wasn't working at the pump, so I actually had to go in. And I was in line, and I'm going, why is this line insane? What is going on? And literally, there were 5 people in front of me, and every single one of them was buying for the Mega Millions.
Oh, what's it up to right now?
I don't even shut up. I'm going to punch you.
Oh, man.
I don't even know. But I'm not joking. I'm not exaggerating. Every person in front of me, and it was like the pick'ems and the this is and the do this. And I'm like, what is happening? And they're like, oh, well, it's Tuesday, and Tuesday is this one. And I'm like, oh my gosh, there's one like every day? I don't know
2 days a
anything
week.
about,
It's on Saturdays and Wednesdays.
No, but this was yesterday. Seriously. And I'm just going, I don't understand. I don't understand.
Thanks for reminding me, man. Yeah. Real quick before we go to break. Go ahead.
Hey.
Hey.
Okay, so I'm actually in a very similar situation. My husband plays Magic all the time.
Oh.
And first, it is not a children's game. It is very much an adult collector's game. And second, we had to compromise that he's not allowed to play every week. He actually only gets to go every other week. And to balance the money that he plays, I get nails done once a month, and he gets to go play Magic.
You'll get your nails done? Yeah.
There you go.
In this same situation, he actually also collects Legos, ironically, and we just build those together. You have to find hobbies that you guys have in common, but still allow each other your own hobbies at the same time.
I love that. I think that's great. If you guys have found that balance, I think that's exactly what you have to do in this situation.
I agree. It is a balance. Because somebody chimed in, a husband, and said, actually, right now, my wife's asking me to stop playing volleyball every Thursday night because she is in school and needs help with the kids. Understandable.
Right. Yeah.
Compromise.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Got to go to break.
That's great.
Yeah, it was good. It's good. If you guys want to chime in.
Start building Legos.
Yeah, do it with him. How about that?
Yeah.
Maybe you'll find that'll be your passion. Maybe that'll be your new hobby, Britt.
Britt says Seth and I have the same hobby, loving each other.
Yeah. We got a letter titled, Her Boyfriend Won't Give Up Magic the Gathering. It sounds like a lot of people in a similar situation with their partner.
And in the letter, it even says, like, if you tell me to quit, I will. And she's like, well, then I'd feel guilty. So technically, it can't be an obsession if he straight up said, I'll quit if you want me to. And then she's like, well, now I don't know what I want. And I'm like, wow, this was definitely written by a woman.
Yep.
I gotta go.
Yep.
See
me
you guys
too.
later. It's been
We're out.
good.
Bye-bye now. We'll be right back. Hang on.
When we gather around the name of Jesus, everything changes. So come lift up the name of Jesus with us at Passion Worship Nights. Hosted by Passion and Louis Giglio with Travis Green, plus Levi Lusko and Trip Lee. Friday night, October the 5th. A powerful night of worship at Calvary Church, Albuquerque. Passion Worship Nights. A night for all ages. Friday night, October the 5th. Join Passion with Louis Giglio, Travis Green, Levi Lusko, and Trip Lee as we come together to lift up the name of Jesus. Tickets and information are at passionmusic.com. Produced by Fill the Gap Concerts.
Judah Smith seeks to define the purpose and meaning in life. He says life is to trust God in every moment.
Just let a little success happen to us, and all of a sudden the world admires us and adores us, and all of a sudden we're like, Jesus, we're going to talk and we're going to talk, but right now I'm going to get mine while the get's good. They don't want to remember that they were lepers. That was the worst time of their life. I'm not trying to remember that I was lost and broken and broke and bankrupt and divorced. Man, I got perception. People believe me to be a sparkling success, and I'm starting to kind of like it. I'm not trying to go back to Jesus and remember that I was lost and then he found me and I was broke and a joke. And I'm trying to live up to who people say that I am, and if you're not careful, you start living a parody of who you really are. And you live out what people say about you. And you know who you really are? You're a dead man walking without Jesus.
Trust God in every moment. That's Judah Smith with a Star 88 PowerPoint. A solar flare from David Jeremiah. Truth is true whether anyone believes it or not. Truth is not touched by our emotions, opinions, or perceptions. Star 88.
Keeping the walls till it's so hard to see we
North Carolina, where Florence made landfall, some of the rivers are still rising. There are also long lines for food, water, basic supplies there still needed.
The woman accusing Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh of sexual assault in high school is saying she'll testify, but she wants the FBI to investigate first.
Police making an arrest now in the murder of a former Iowa State University golfing star.
We have charged Colin Richards with murder in the first degree.
Julie Chen is walking away from the talk and standing by her husband as he faces a flurry of sexual misconduct allegations.
Right now, I need to spend more time at home with my husband and our young son.
Daycare owner accused of child endangerment outside Dallas. Rebecca Anderson was arrested accused of strapping children in car seats, leaving them in a bedroom closet.
Holiday jobs boom happening right now. Instead of people struggling to find work, it's the stores who are struggling to find workers.
SpaceX founder Elon Musk announces the first private passenger to fly on a trip around the moon.
It's Japanese billionaire Yusaku Maezawa.
I choose to go to the moon.
Guess what?
Huh.
It is Wednesday, my dudes.
Sure is. Good morning. Welcome to it. A lot of people chiming in, being part of the show today. Thank you so much. Yeah. So you guys download the Star 88 app. If you haven't done it yet, we're trying to get a pizza party going. Free party over at Village Pizza. If we get 5,000 installs of the app, we're going to throw a party, free pizza for the Starmy. So tell your friends. Make it happen. Spread the news. Download it. You can stream us right there from the app. The app is actually really cool. It's really, really cool. It's easy to use. You can stream us live. We have the on-demand feature, so you can get the podcast right there. 505-338-3700 if you'd like to join us on the show. Been talking about this letter. You guys feel free to chime in. What is your partner addicted to?
Okay, that's not.
Is the topic.
That's not the topic.
Or what maybe the topic should be, why are you such a bad partner?
Okay.
Go ahead. Which one are you? Bad partner? Or is your... yes.
I wouldn't say so. I was actually calling to thank Steve-O for last night and tell him a great show.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
it was a lot of fun.
Good one, guys. Liars. I will listen to the whole time. You weren't even on.
Oh, really? What was number one?
Well,
huh?
What was number one? Was it the top 10 90s?
What was number one?
What was number one?
Nirvana.
Maybe he did listen.
He totally guessed. I just saw his face. And yesterday when we talked about it, I said Nirvana, never mind. So
no, I just thought of like the biggest 90s rock band. It's got to be Nirvana.
They weren't the biggest rock band.
Who is?
What was number two?
Life-changing.
What was number two?
Soundgarden.
Oh, okay.
Nope. Not even close. The
Alice
Black
in
Album
Chains?
by Metallica.
Oh, darn it.
The Black Album by Metallica.
Yep.
All right. Anyways.
Yeah.
What you going to chime in on this letter?
What is your partner addicted to?
No, so here's the thing. We got a letter from a member of the Starmy. Her and her fiance are getting ready to buy a house. They're like talking life and marriage and future, but she's got one hang up. He plays Magic the Gathering, a card game that you have to buy from the toy aisle in Target, and he's 21 years old, and he goes and plays tournaments on Monday nights, and he's like really into this card game, and she doesn't get it because it's really nerdy and lame to her.
For kids.
But she doesn't want to ask him to give up his hobby because she'll feel guilty about it, but she doesn't know what to do because she's really, really down on the nerdiness.
Is she out of line for asking him to grow up, or am I wasting my time with a guy that is refusing to give up his toys? Those were the two questions at the end.
You know, I think that Steve-O, how old are you? You're 40 now, right?
Mm-hmm.
How is your desire to play video games now versus what it was 5 years ago?
So much worse.
Okay. I rarely get to play video games.
Okay. So
it was an app game, a video game. Is an app a video game?
No, not really a video game. A video game is more of a console game. I mean, an app is something like I'll tell you guys right now. I started playing Clash of Clans again.
Oh no!
And it's one of the things because isn't it something we kind of we just do, But I mean, it's like you spend like 30 minutes a week doing it, or maybe an hour tops. So there's a big difference between an app and a video game. A video game is going to require you to sit in front of the television, hold the controller in your hand, and sit there and be a part of that.
What's the difference of holding an iPad on the couch than a controller on the couch?
Huge difference,
give me a break.
Huge difference.
There's no difference.
I don't know.
You're still staring into a screen, holding a device.
So what if the device you're holding is the remote and you're just binging 17 hours of Netflix?
Yeah, Jack.
Oh, wow. Way to turn it back on me.
Hold on, I got to finish this.
You know what? There's no... I agree. There's absolutely no difference. Me binge watching the Netflix than playing a video game. Same thing.
Yeah.
So I think if you want, I mean, are we looking at this biblically, or are we just looking at this as like a husband and wife?
Well, always biblically, but I think part of her big issue, honestly, is because it's a nerdy game. Like another member of the Starmy just chimed in and said, my husband is addicted to hunting, fishing, and everything outdoors.
Beautiful.
It can be very expensive and frustrating at times, but it brings him peace, and therefore it's worth it.
Yeah.
It's okay to respectfully express your concern and ask for compromise, because that's what marriage is all about. But I think this girl's problem is that it's a nerdy card game, and so she doesn't necessarily understand it as much as she would if he was, like, addicted to elk hunting.
Yeah, I mean, here's the deal, lady. You signed up for this. You knew what he did before you married him, and there you go.
Her name's Bailey, and they're not married yet.
They're not married yet.
They're not married yet, so she could
So
technically
should she get out?
Okay, so if you want out, here's your chance.
Yep.
You signed up for this guy. If you don't want this, then now. But I mean, I have friends. Like I have a couple. They're in their 20s, and they play Dungeons and Dragons. But they do it together. That's the difference.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
So,
I think it's okay.
I mean, if this is really going to be an issue for her, then she should probably just, first and foremost, you have to have a conversation with the guy.
Yeah.
You have to talk to him, and you have to tell him, listen, this bothers me because you're a nerd. And that's it's funny because that's actually kind of speaking to his character. What she's doing is she's actually judging his character for something that he does, for just a hobby that he has.
Yeah.
So
that's good, man.
Maybe she should examine herself. I mean, I'm sure there are things that she does that he is probably not crazy about. I mean, we all have that in relationships. You just have to figure out if it's going to be a deal breaker for you or not.
Yeah.
Because in every relationship, somebody's going to do something that the other person doesn't like.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of that old saying where people talk about, you're squeezing the toothpaste tube in the middle.
Yeah. But that's the worst. Those people shouldn't breathe.
Nice.
You know what my wife does? You know what my wife does? She puts the toilet paper on the wrong way.
Oh, gosh! Oh, tell me you changed it every time to the right way because she's so wrong.
That's just satanic.
I do.
Okay.
I do. I tell her it's demonic what she's doing. And
Yeah.
she needs to stop it.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree, man.
We'll pray for her.
Yeah, seriously. And you. That must be hard.
Got to be hard.
Yeah.
You doing
It
all right?
is.
Okay.
I'm okay.
Good.
I'm okay.
Okay.
Good,
That's
man.
good. I'm sorry, man.
Anyway, Devo, great show. I'll see you tonight.
Yeah, of course,
Okay.
dude. It's going to be awesome.
Okay, guys. Good one.
All right, buddy. See you later.
All right.
Get out of here.
What?
Get out of here. I can't believe I nailed it.
How can you not? It's the 90s. There's literally one album that transformed the 90s. And it was
true.
Jesus Freak by DC Talk.
Oh.
K-O-Y-T.
I don't know about that.
The funny thing is the album that actually did was the song that transformed Christian music as well, because it was Nirvana Nevermind. Because when you go back and listen to it, they've rightly admitted that they totally ripped off that riff from Smells Like Teen Spirit because it did change everything. And then DC Talk came out with Jesus Freak, and it's the same riff.
Huh.
They paid a guy in Nashville to kind of redo it, if you will.
Huh.
Yep. No joke.
What have you been playing?
Marvel Contest of Champions.
Oh, yeah.
Just doing some arena fighting right now while you guys hashed it out.
Yeah.
I'm good now. I just need.
So is that just a Buck thing? Like if Buck calls,
a break.
you...
Just it's true though.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah.
Yesterday
Whenever
when
Buck calls,
called,
you just jump on your game. Like
well, yeah, because you don't need me anymore. Because your
know...
other co-host is here, and you guys just talk over each other. And so
you want
I
me
don't
to just?
need to.
I won't answer the phone anymore.
You know
what? If it makes you feel uncomfortable, I won't have him in my life anymore.
No. Hey, I would never ask that of you. I would feel way too guilty.
I don't want you to feel uncomfortable.
You know, that's okay. I just don't want to be the Baxter here, just obnoxiously trying to yell over both of you.
Wow.
While you talk and talk.
Is that why?
Talk.
Is that why?
Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody says the basic misconception here is that certain types of entertainment are only for children. I'm an adult Pokemon Go player, and most of the people I play with on a regular basis are also adults with full-time jobs and even some retirees.
I'm a nerd.
Childish things were designated by people changed the designation.
Chill, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. Yep. Just because you think it's childish doesn't mean it's childish.
Somebody says, wait. I figured it all out. It has nothing to do with her opinion. She told a friend what he does, and she doesn't think it's cool. And her friends are like, he's acting like a child. And now she's like, oh, he is acting like a child.
My gosh, he's such a child. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. Somebody says, it's not a toy. You cannot buy it in the toy aisle. She needs to get over it.
Here's, and I think Buck said it. I think we said it even before Buck called in, is you guys aren't married. And this is exactly what you need to do before you decide to marry somebody and spend the rest of your life with them, is you need to work this stuff out. You need to get premarital counseling. You need to decide, okay, are these things that I can live with? Is it something that I can go on? Because you shouldn't ask him to change that. If it's not
an obsession, if it's not hindering him as a human being.
He should be able to, if that's his passion, his hobby, and he loves to do that, then you should support him and do what you can. But if you can't, then get out of the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's as simple as that. Simple as that.
Yeah.
I say get out. From what I read, I'd get out. Get out of the relationship. You're not going to be able to hang in.
But he plays Magic the Gathering. He's never going to find anybody else.
There's girls there, right? Is there girls? Do girls go to those things?
No.
Really?
Somebody says, I absolutely hate Magic the Gathering. It's an amazing waste of time and money, and it completely consumed my friend's life. He's a judge. I don't know what that means. So on top of all the hundreds of dollars he spends on paper, he travels all over New Mexico and Texas to do his judging.
Oh, he's a judge on the game.
I guess. He doesn't have much time to spend with us and doesn't get as much interaction with Christian friends, and it's taking a toll on his depression.
Huh.
Okay.
Okay. I mean,
but is that his job? He's getting real paid.
But I mean, that's the thing.
Do you get paid to be a judge? What do you judge? Sweet roll, nerd. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm surprised you've never played it.
Magic the Gathering. I think back in like my early 20s, I remember it being a thing, and so I remember like checking it out and like going, "Oh, okay, yeah."
Well, I know, like you and Nate got into World of Warcraft.
I don't know what you're talking about. No, what?
What those?
A lifetime ago.
Those, what do you call them? The little sculpture things? Like little guys you can buy? What do you call those things?
Sculpture things?
Yeah, don't you buy like guys, characters?
No.
What game is that?
What are you talking
Where
about?
Like you spend money. I used to do remotes.
Like Warhammer?
I don't know.
I saw a Warhammer store yesterday in Rio Rancho and freaked out.
Really?
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about now. They're literally like little figure
Yeah,
guys.
and they cost lots of money.
I don't get that.
I did a broadcast at one of these shops that does the card games.
Yeah.
And they'd bring in cases with their little guys, their characters, and they'd set them up like it was almost like Clash of Clans, but board game style.
Yeah, sure.
And they would spend hundreds of dollars on these characters.
Can you win hundreds of dollars?
No,
well?
it's just for fun.
Oh.
That'd be gambling. Can't do that.
What type of nerdery is this?
Nerdery. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Somebody says, no way. Caleb, you need to watch the Magic the Gathering World Championships. I can't believe there are.
I kind of want to watch one. I really want to watch one and see what the
championships are like.
We get a kick out of it.
Just go to YouTube during the break. Right. We'll watch one of these nerd things.
We're going to do it.
Because here's the thing. I remember I used to play, oh, dang it. What was it? See, I don't even remember. Back in the day, there was this Marvel thing that there were actual little figures and you ran a board. I don't even know. I'm trying to say it and I don't even remember.
Oh, this is going to be so much fun. I can't wait to watch this now. Look at this. Look at these guys.
here, and then play his third land of the game.
This is like watching a poker
seriously game. Unreal.
Scalding Tarn before passing the turn back. So even though he has actually resolved a lot of spells here, you can see Brainstorm, and a Ponder. You know, he didn't actually add to his board that turn, so it's just going to be 3 more damage this turn.
This is like them playing
Jonathan's way.
poker.
But it looks like Jonathan still has failed to find some way to get one of these huge...
This is poker, but with magic
10
cards.
to 15 drops as he has in his hand right now. His draw step was just a Spell Pierce there.
Unbelievable. Hey, man, if you're into it, you're into it. I can't wait to watch this tournament. You know what? Maybe I'll get into this game, you know? Maybe this is the hobby I've been looking for.
That's not the hobby you're looking for, buddy. It's not.
Hey, thanks for writing in. Bailey, let us know what you decide.
Hero Clicks!
What?
It was a game I played.
Hero Clicks?
Yeah, Dark Pulse Gaming just chimed in.
Huh.
Yes, that's what I was thinking of. But I never went to tournaments or did anything
Really?
crazy. Yeah, no.
All right.
No. It was fun.
Thanks for chiming in, you guys. You can always write in studio@star88.fm. You can text in, Facebook, YouTube. Let us know what's going on. We'll throw it out to the Starmy.
Can we do a Joe and Jeter show play-by-play of that Magic the Gathering YouTube video?
I feel like I gotta learn. I gotta learn what like the spells and stuff. We gotta learn the magic. We gotta learn how to do it, man.
No, we don't. So it'll make it great. We'll just make stuff up.
Gotta learn the moves.
Mm-hmm.
Live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios. We'll be right back.
For over 40 years, La Salita Restaurant has been serving New Mexican food to Albuquerque. From starters like soups, salads, and Cindy nachos to entrees like chili rellenos, burrito de Eduardo, the BOG burrito, and carne adobada. La Salita is friendly to those who are vegan or gluten-free and offers catering, as well as a rewards program at 1950 Wansabo or online at lasalita.com. Star 88 thanks La Salita for their support.
When the Apostle Paul set out to share the gospel with the cities who'd never heard it, he walked into opposition, discouragement, and hardship. But nothing could make him back off from telling everyone about Jesus. Listen this week as Pastor James McDonald follows the life of the Apostle Paul and draws lessons for our own walk of faith. That's all week long on Walk in the Word.
Make an appointment with James McDonald, weekdays at 12:30 p.m. on our sister station, KNKT 107.1 FM.
Here's a hotspot from Skip Heitzig. What's on your mind today?
We can never separate the thought life from the outward life, the inward thoughts from the outward action. What we ponder is what we're going to practice. What we think about is what we're going to do. What we learn is what we're going to live.
Read truth, practice truth. If not, trouble is ahead.
You'll get calloused. You'll be very good at hearing truth and immediately dismissing it, marginalizing it, not letting it penetrate. That's the danger.
Hotspot. Skip puts his finger on the pulse of the proper solution of what to do.
To meditate on Scripture means you don't just read in it, you feed on it. You ponder it. You take and emphasize a word and another word in the phrase, and you ask what it means to you, so it's really internalized.
Wherever you get your podcasts, look for Skip Heitzig.
To feed on the right things is one thing. To learn them and assimilate them, be changed by them is another.
Hotspot.
This is KLYT Albuquerque, Santa Fe. Rebroadcast on KKCJ, Cannon Air Force Base, KPKJ, Mintmore, K201CC, Las Cruces, K203EZ, Alamogordo, K207CQ, Gallup, K211CW, Hobbs, K212EH, Silver City, K214DE, Antonito, K218AK, Artesia, K250AB, Roswell, K293AO, Alamosa, K228DQ, Portales, in the free app for iOS and Android, and online at star88.fm.
Fascinated, captivated, I'm amazed by all the
there's just something about you. I'm better when I'm around you. Can't get enough of the way you light up every room. You got me singing and shouting. I can't stop talking about you. Wish I could explain the way that you do what you do. There's just something about you. There's just something about you. There's just something about you. When I'm with you, every single day is brand new. Brand new, brand new. When I'm with you, every single day is brand new. Brand new, brand new. Yeah, there's just something about you. I'm better when I'm around you. Can't get enough of the way you light up every room. Yeah, there's just something about you. I'm better when I'm around you. Can't get enough of the way you light up every room. You got me singing and shouting. I can't stop talking about it. Wish I could explain the way that you do what you do. There's just something about you. There's just something about you. There's just something about you.
Do you ever get so excited that you just can't wait?
It's the Morning Invasion with Dex and Steve-O.
I've been waiting my whole life for this.
Oh, yeah, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to be here.
Thank you, man. Thank you. 505-338-3700 if you'd like to call into the show. And what's the live line to text in?
505-585-LIVE. That's 505-585-5483.
Guys, today's Talk Like a Pirate Day.
Yo, ho, a pirate's life for me.
Do you guys really want to talk about pirate stuff for a minute? Or
Sure.
Yeah?
Well, you have to talk like a pirate, though.
What do you know about pirates?
They pillage and plunder.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Huh.
Yep.
That's
And
funny.
They just take things. They like rum.
Yeah?
Trying to think of what else I learned from that Disney movie. That's about all I got.
All right, don't look over here. I'm going to
Okay.
quiz you and see what you know about pirates.
Okay.
Yo, ho, a pirate's life for me. We pillage, we plunder, we rifle and loot. Drink up,
You stole it from the song.
Oh.
we kidnap and ravage and don't give a hoot. Drink up, me hearties, yo ho. Yo ho,
A pirate's life for Steve.
Okay, here we go. True or false? Don't you look over here.
I'm not looking. Here, I'll play my game so I don't.
No, you put it down. Saying R wasn't really widespread. It's just a Hollywood thing. True or false?
Oh, man.
R, matey.
See, this isn't fair. I've never met a real pirate in real life. Arr, there she goes.
Captain Jack Sparrow.
Arr, are you kidding me? I'm going to say it's a real thing. Because pirates.
Think it's a real thing?
Yeah. Every pirate I've ever met.
The whole pirate accent is kind of a myth. Saying R only became a pirate slang after Long John Silver said it in the 1950 movie version of Treasure Island.
Wait, I said it was a thing, and you just gave me the bells and whistles.
Wait, saying R wasn't really widespread.
Yeah,
it's
so
just
it's
a Hollywood
not.
thing.
Yeah, it's
That's
just a
true.
Hollywood thing.
Oh, it's just a Hollywood thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
You
I
heard
meant
that wrong.
too.
You heard that wrong.
I did.
Okay.
I would have gotten that wrong.
Yeah, well,
I'm like, yeah, pirates say that.
Okay. True or false? Pirates flew black flags on their ships featuring a skull and crossbones.
Well, yeah.
Yeah? True or false?
Yeah, true, bro. Buccaneers fan here.
That's true.
I know.
Bunch of pirates used them in the 1700s. All right, true or false? There's no evidence any pirate ever made someone walk the plank.
Ooh. I'm going to say false because when they found the Flying Dutchman pearl ship thing, there was clearly a plank on it. And it's like, well, what else was that used for? A diving board?
Wow, you know a lot about pirates, bro. Yeah, there is evidence. It happened a handful of times, but not often. Most pirates just threw people overboard if they wanted to drown them. Walk the plank.
I love it. I mean, I don't
You love
love
pirates,
it. I don't
huh?
love
You
it,
love
yeah.
that they threw them, made them walk the plank?
I mean,
yeah. True or false? Buried treasure wasn't really a common thing for pirates either.
Oh, what? X marks the spot. Everyone knows that on every treasure map ever. It wasn't a thing. It wasn't a thing.
So buried treasure wasn't really a common thing for pirates either.
Well, define common, because you were constantly looting and plundering and pillaging, and you needed a place to stash all that. So caves maybe was a better option for all of your gold and your loot and stuff. So maybe they didn't bury it, they hid it in caves.
True.
So
False?
false, it wasn't really a thing. Wait.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. It happened occasionally, but people didn't live very long back then. And if you buried your treasure on a remote island, you might never make it back to dig it up. So most pirates just spent everything they stole as soon as they got to port.
That's what I said. I said it wasn't a thing. They didn't really bury it. Why are you giving me the
It said
brr?
it happened occasionally.
Yeah, but,
It happened occasionally.
you're the worst judge. You can never be a Magic the Gathering judge.
All right, last one here.
Okay.
The famous pirate Blackbeard never existed. He's just a character from a 1952 pirate movie. True or false?
False, bro. That 1950 movie was based upon his autobiography.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it is false. He was a real English pirate named Edward Teach, who sailed around the Caribbean and the East Coast.
You confused me on every single one of those.
He was
I
killed
don't know
by
what
the
I got
British
right.
Royal Navy in 1718. In 1952 movie Blackbeard the Pirate helped make him a pop culture icon.
Okay.
Yo ho, yo ho, a pirate's life.
You might be a pirate.
We pillage, we plunder,
I mean,
we rifle and loot.
Maybe you have pirate blood, bro.
When I was a kid, bro, loved me some pirates.
Yeah, that's kind of a weird thing, right? When you think about pirates, they were terrible people. Like, even today, there's pirates, and they're terrible people.
Yeah.
Because they pillage.
Yeah. No, it's horrible.
They
it's
murder.
actually really horrible.
Right, they
Yeah, no, no.
steal.
Like
But
Somali pirates.
so why is it okay to dress our kids up as pirates? Like, that's completely acceptable.
I mean, I don't know.
That's weird, though, right?
Sure.
They were terrible people.
Yeah. I mean, we don't know their heart.
Oh,
we just,
yes.
we can only judge them based upon the plooting. The plooting?
The plooting, yes.
The pillaging and
the
the looting,
plooting
the
that they
plundering,
did,
the
yes.
pirating that they did. What about Vikings?
The same thing, right?
I mean,
they
you
were
know what I'm
like their own form of pirate.
White pirates.
White pirates.
Yeah. I'm not wrong. Very pale.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Called them Vikings, and
well-
now we even have football teams named after these people.
So what
who murdered ancestors?
What origin were the original pirates?
I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
Good question.
True or false? Captain Hook's full name in Peter Pan is Captain Reginald T. Hook.
Oh, gosh. I'm going to say false.
Wow. Hold on, my button is stuck. There we go. Yeah, false. His full name is Captain James Hook.
Mm-hmm.
The name of the villain in the book Treasure Island is One-Eyed Willie. True or false?
No, that's Goonies.
False?
Yes.
It's Long John Silver.
Goonies was
One-Eyed Willie.
One-Eyed Willie.
In The Princess Bride, Wesley reveals that at least 4 different pirates have used the name the Dread Pirate Roberts.
That's true. I am not the first Dread Pirate Roberts. In fact, the Dread Pirate Roberts before me was not the first either.
Mm-hmm. In the
Gosh, that
original
movie.
Pirates of the Caribbean novel, Captain Jack Sparrow was named John White, but the producers thought it was too boring for the movies.
Huh. False. Because I know that because Johnny Depp, that's a real sparrow tattoo he got, and it was based upon the character that he was preparing for.
Says the movies weren't based on a novel. They're based on the Disney ride.
Yep.
And they didn't make Jack Sparrow part of the ride until 2006. Captain Morgan Rum is named after a real pirate named Captain Henry Morgan.
False.
It's true.
Is it really?
He was born in Wales in 1635 and died in Jamaica in 1688. Happy Talk Like a Pirate Day.
Are we going to do a whole break where we talk like a pirate?
Nope. Not going to do it.
Come on, talk like a pirate with me.
Why? Why do you want to be like a pirate?
Hey, look at me. Look at
you
me.
get to be a pirate, I get to be a serial killer.
Look at me.
What?
I'm the captain now.
Fine.
I just talk like a pirate.
Yeah? Is that how they talk?
Yeah, remember in that one movie with Tom Hanks? And he was like, look at me. Look at me.
What movie are you talking about? The one where...
The Somali pirates, and they take over.
What was that called?
They
Captive?
didn't say R.
What was that called?
It was Castaway.
Castaway 2.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
That's what it was called. Tom Hanks. I only ever saw the trailer.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh.
Don't know much about it, actually.
Okay. Good stuff. Wow. All right. And we'll never do that again. Guys, pirates are so demonic. Don't talk about them.
I want to
dress them up as Halloween. Don't dress your dog up, your cat up, your kids. It's just not okay.
Wow.
They're bad people, man. They're bad people.
Those who engage in acts of piracy are called pirates. So technically, if you
download illegal music, you're a pirate?
You're a pirate.
Oh.
It's crazy.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. These were ocean raiders. This is crazy.
And you're a fan of the Raiders.
Yeah. Or the Buccaneers.
Both pirates.
Both are pirates.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take both.
You love pirates.
I love pirates. I love Pirates of the Caribbean.
Do you hide things? Like bury things?
No. Yes. If you've seen my junk drawer next to my bed, there's tons of stuff in there. It's like buried treasure. So,
wow.
yeah.
It's like your chest, your treasure chest.
It is my treasure chest. It's next to my bed. Ask Chrissy about my little end table thing. She hates it.
Huh.
There's so much junk in there. I don't know why I don't go through it and throw half of it away.
All right.
I've got like Father's Day cards from Jack from like 13 years ago.
Yeah.
But I'm like, why do I still have this?
That's good, though, man. You hold on to that stuff.
It's my treasure chest.
Right?
Yes. It's called the nightstand. Arr.
True or false? Candy canes were invented in 1670 in Germany to help keep kids quiet in church.
I'm going to say true because it's so random. It's got to be real.
That's why candy canes were invented, guys.
That's incredible.
In Germany in 1670 to help keep kids quiet in church. The tops are curved.
Sugar.
The tops are curved so they look like a shepherd's staff.
Huh.
Wow.
I never knew that.
I didn't either. Huh.
Why does that have to do with Talk Like a Pirate Day?
I don't know. It's just a random fact that
Okay.
I found. I thought it was pretty interesting.
Brian says I'd make a great pirate for Halloween. I actually one year went when I had like the crazy beard.
Captain Jack Sparrow?
For Brodus's son, for one of his birthdays, they had a pirate party, and I went as Captain Jack. Like I wore
You'd be a pretty good
the
one.
hat, I had the crazy long hair. Yeah.
You kind of have that look.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Oh, Captain Phillips. That was the name of the movie. It was
Oh,
excellent.
Captain
And we should
Phillips.
watch it. Thank you, Sarah.
I've seen half of that movie.
Have you?
Yeah, I jumped in on it in the middle of it, and I'm kind of glad that I didn't watch the whole thing. I did that with the other Tom Hanks movie where he was the pilot that landed in the...
Sully.
Yeah, Sully.
Never saw it.
I only seen half of it.
Gosh, you don't watch movies, do you?
Well, it's one of those things you're clicking through the channel. You're like, oh, you know what? I'll watch this.
I'll watch this. Remember the Stormy chimed in and said, my son and daughter had a debate on whether female pirates were a thing. Walking around Walmart one evening, there was a woman with an eye patch, and my son told you there were lady pirates? That would be incredible.
That's good.
Yep.
I like that.
Oh, pirates.
Oh, pirates, life for me.
Yeah.
Have you, man? We should talk to Jarrell about this. He posted this on. He's in Chicago. Our friend Jarrell, and this was in the news this morning. Amazon opens cashier-free Go store in Chicago. He went to this.
What?
I saw him. He posted some stuff where he went to this store. So Amazon, they're testing out a variety of Go stores, and there's no cashier.
Whoa.
They're designed to save shoppers time, preventing waiting in a long checkout line. The concept is pretty simple. You go in, you scan the Amazon Go app on your way in, and then you pick up what you need and you just leave. Amazon automatically charges customers' accounts when they leave.
How do they?
That's the future of shopping right there.
I'm like, what?
That's the future.
How do they know what's...
Amazon has been testing this concept out by opening stores in its hometown, Seattle, while New York, San Francisco stores are on the horizon. A Chicago Go store was opened this week. The store will be a cross between a grocery store and a convenience store, offering breakfast, lunch, and dinner meal kits, excuse me, along with hot food options.
Wait.
That's like
I'm
the
still
future,
so
man.
confused on this.
So you walk like right before you go into the store, you
Okay.
scan your app, you pull up your Amazon Go app when you're on your way in.
Okay.
And then somehow, as you pick up the items and you leave the store,
It registers them onto the app?
it registers them onto the app what you got.
That is weird.
Yeah.
What if you remove something? What if you change your mind? What if you
I think it's one of those things where you probably, if you leave the store, then you've paid for it. So you'd have to go back in and
return.
Yeah, I wonder if you just go to the app and have to do it there to any returns.
I already hate calling places and it being a robot and me going, customer service, or hitting 0 a bunch. Boop, boop. I want to talk to a human. So could you imagine going into a grocery store and there not being anyone in there?
Guys, if you work in the grocery store industry, your days are coming.
No, because who's going to stock the stuff? What happens when you're in aisle 14 and you're like, hey, where are the garbanzo beans?
See, well, that's the thing, though. If you think about all the different jobs in a grocery store, sure, you're going to, for a while, until robots completely take over, they're going to have people that have to stock the stores. But think about it, man. Cashiers, that job isn't going to, even at fast food restaurants, think about that.
Well, yeah, you can already even hear, like, I know a couple fast food joints you walk in and there's like iPads, basically. You can order yourself, pay there, and then somebody just brings it out to your table.
That's crazy.
You don't even have to stand in line anymore. And I'm going, what is this crazy world? Everybody's losing their jobs to robots. It's Wall-E.
Even now, you don't even have to go into the grocery store. You can just pull up, and then people bring the groceries out to you because you ordered it through the app.
Yeah.
I'm telling you guys, we're giving too much control to the robots. It really is Terminator. It's gonna happen.
Because the grocery store?
No, man. Elon Musk even said it. He's been warning Congress since the early 2000s that we're headed down a scary path that eventually is, AI, man, AI.
Somebody said, I've been to the one in Seattle, and it's pretty crazy. There are cameras and sensors everywhere. You scan to get in, and you scan others in. If you pick up an item, it puts it in your cart. If you put it back on the shelf, it gets taken out of your cart.
Wow.
If you scan someone else in, you're responsible for what they pick up.
Oh, wow. Huh. Yeah, it's kind of weird, right?
Yeah, it's all great until it doesn't work.
Yeah, but how many times would you, but that's it right there. Would you rather wait in line at a grocery store or just kind of have to deal with, for some reason the app isn't working, or I didn't order this and it takes 2 seconds to go back into the app and get a refund. It's not that big a deal.
See, Kim says, I hate that because sometimes I want something on my food, but it doesn't give you that option in the app or the iPad or whatever, and I want to scream Because it's true. When you're in front of a human being, you go, hey, but can you put the pickles on the side? Or, hey, but can you? You can't do that with a robot.
How do you know?
Because you can. It's not an option.
It will be in the future. You know that they're going to be able to listen.
It's not an option. I don't want the snow peas.
I think we're the only safe people out there. Our industry is so safe. They would never replace us with robots.
Oh, yeah,
ever.
okay.
Yeah, that's scary.
Somebody says it was pretty crazy. I felt like a shoplifter walking out of the store.
Yeah, that
but
would be
shortly
weird.
after, I got a message on my phone with my receipt for everything I got.
So, you mean I could just walk out? Okay. Well,
That's
what's gonna
crazy,
happen?
though. Think about that. Cameras and sensors literally everywhere to where if you pick up an item, it scans it into your cart. If you put it back, it takes it out of your cart. Like it registers that.
Remember years ago, UPublic had that technology where you would walk into a grocery store and there would be a screen, a flat screen TV. Do you remember? And it would like facially recognize you, and then it would bring up like interests and deals that were in the store that you liked.
Yeah.
Like I could see that happening. You know, walking into a store and on your smartphone, it's like, oh, you're here, so here's all the deals.
Sarah says there's a hotel in Japan where you get checked in by robots that look like velociraptors.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Never
I
going
gotta
there.
find that. Yeah. It's a hotel, she said?
Yeah, in Japan. You'd planning a trip to Japan?
I am now.
Soon?
Oh my gosh, this is gonna be great.
Japan has a robot run hotel. That's real. Oh, it's creepy looking.
Oh, I gotta watch this, man.
Nope, I'm good. I'm good, guys.
Oh, there it is right there. That's the Velociraptor.
It's basically like being at a Chuck E. Cheese, but as a grown-up. Do you remember back in the day when they used to have all the animatronic stuff?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Japan. Let's go. They have all the weird technology there. 505-338-3700 if you'd like to call into the show. Yep, start working on you know what? If you work in the grocery store industry, go back to college. You better get a computer degree. Is that what it's called, a computer degree?
Somebody said, I think human interaction is so important. Whether we're patient about it or not, especially biblically speaking, the digital age is slowly taking that away. I mean, that's what we were talking about earlier in the show. If you missed it, go back, catch the show on demand. We were talking about the fact that there's 14-year-olds that are now protesting having to do public speaking because it's terrifying.
Right.
And this definitely lends to that. You don't have to interact with anybody at a grocery store or anywhere ever.
Right.
That's going to do wonders for relationships in the future.
That's why when you sit there and you try to think about like what heaven's going to be like, you know, because with technology right now and how it's advancing, well, how advanced is heaven going to be? Or how advanced is heaven? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or is it just completely like there is no technology and it's kind of fun to think about?
Oh, man.
Will we drive cars in heaven?
Will we drive cars? Will we need cars?
Will we need white robes?
Well, what?
It always comes back to the white robes. Please, no white robes. Only when I'm in the dry sauna. Only when I'm in the dry sauna.
Fantastic.
Or doing Cheaters Hotel.
Okay.
Let's go back to college, man. Let's go. Let's get a degree. Let's set ourselves free.
Word.
505-338-3700. We're also live on Facebook and YouTube Live at Star 88 FM. All right, what else we got going on here that we can talk about? Do you fit into one of these 4 personality types? I know you're all into that personality test thing. Got that?
Great.
Let's see. Oh, I got a great story about a Fortnite fight coming up. And a study found people probably like you more than you think. Oh, good. What do you think of me, man? What do you think of me?
I love you.
Nah, I was talking to Thieves.
Okay.
We're live from the Dream Style Remodeling Star 88 Studios. We'll be right back.
Here is a star PowerPoint from Billy Graham.
We're just going to shut up and let him preach it.
In Romans 5, but God commended this love toward us in that while we were yet sinners, Christ died for us. Much more than being justified by his blood, we shall be saved from wrath through him. Again, the blood. We shall be saved from wrath through him. And the dictionary defines justification to be free from blame, to be proven to be innocent. We cannot do it ourselves. It's impossible. You can work all your life and do good works and pay money to the church, but that won't justify you. The only thing that will justify you in heaven or upon earth or in hell is the blood of Jesus Christ. And justification means just as though you'd never sinned. Wouldn't it be wonderful as though you'd never committed a sin in your whole life? Well, that's what can happen tonight when you come to the cross. That's the power of the blood. That's the power of the blood.
Star 88, Star PowerPoint.
I never made it, but I know what it takes. I'm motivated by a mix of emotion. Got my statement, and I'm reading it slow so I can understand it fully. Appreciate my standing, go out of this world and right on time. Oh, never in my life have I seen the sky light up like this. I'm far away from Earth and I wanna know if you exist. Mission control, do you read me? Send me my coordinates lately. Mission control, am I drifting? Tie me to someone who will love me. Yeah, wait, I think I'll last a bit longer. Find another reason to breathe this air. And now we made for ourselves. This won't be the last time. Oh, never in my life have I seen the sky light up like this. I'm far away from Earth and I wanna know if you exist. Mission control, do you read me? Send me my coordinates lately. Mission control, am I drifting? Tie me to someone who will love me. Yeah, I know it when I met you. I'm not the only one who's alone. Find me soon and take me home. I know it when I saw you. I'm not the only one hanging on. Tie me to someone who will love me. Oh, never in my life did I want to see you more than this. And every time you're lost, I wonder if you know you're missed. I'm breathing when I can, and I only hope you're watching this. I hope you know that I exist. Mission control, do you read me? Send me my coordinates lately. Mission control, am I drifting? Tie me to someone who will love me. Yeah, I know it when I met you. I'm not the only one who's alone. Find me soon and take me home. I knew it when I saw you. I'm not the only one hanging on. Tie me to someone who will love me. Somebody to pick me up. Somebody to find my love. Somebody to pick me up. Ooh, somebody to pick me up. Somebody to find my love. Somebody to pick me up. Ooh.
What's going on in the news today?
Rivers continue to rise in North Carolina, where officials say Florence dumped 8 trillion gallons of rain.
The president says he is seriously considering Poland's request for a permanent U.S. military presence in Poland.
I'm proud to report that Poland has recently purchased a state-of-the-art Patriot missile system.
Julie Chen is out at the talk.
Los Angeles is poised to become the largest city in the U.S. to ban the sale of fur products.
New details about the murder of a top amateur golfer. They found the body of Celia Barkin Arosamena Maine.
Some 200,000 clean emission vehicles in California are set to lose their decals that allow them to drive in the carpool lane without another passenger.
The Securities and Exchange Commission reportedly is suing SeaWorld Entertainment, Inc. The SEC accuses the company of failing to tell investors about the financial hit stemming from a 2013 documentary called Blackfish.
More than 2 million middle and high school students have used e-cigarettes to get high.
Ferrari unveiled its most powerful road model ever.
China has announced tariffs on another $60 billion worth of American products.
A South African court ruling has paved the way for the legalization of marijuana.
Hello, Professional School of Singing.
Someone had mentioned to Tones that there was someone who's walking by and I kicked my toe and
Hello, School of Professional Singing.
And I'm just texting away, texting and walking. And I step up on this little step, and then all of a sudden I just go.
Are you inquiring about vocal lessons? I'm a vocal coach here at the school.
Look at my hand, my pinky.
Excuse me, my name's Brian. I'm a vocal coach here at the school. If you are interested in this school, then we can talk about that, but I refuse to be insulted here on the telephone with you.
Okay, sorry.
I refuse to remain here on the phone with you and be insulted.
I was just applying some eye makeup there outside the window.
Are you illiterate?
Battle drums worship now. Battle drums worship now. Here we go. Battle drums worship now.
Sorry, but I'm not here for your amusement. I think that you're in a
Okay. That's for you, Tam. Happy birthday. Yeah. Perfect timing, right?
I mean, why not?
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. Andrew nails that every time. Yeah, it's Tam's birthday. Wish her happy birthday, guys. She's turning 21 years old today. Just another friendly reminder. I'm trying to reach 5,000 installs of the Star 88 app. So if you haven't done it yet, make sure you guys tell your friends, tell your family, download it to your smartphone, Star 88 in the App Store. You can stream us live. You can get us on demand. Once we hit 5,000, it's a pizza party at Village Pizza for everybody. Free pizza. Free pizza!
I love it, dude. Village Pizza West Side to celebrate 5,000 installs of our app. We just need to get there. So please go to the App Store, download it, Star 88 FM, and all of our shows are available there.
That's right,
Morning
everybody.
Invasion. You can catch us on demand.
That's right.
Every second of us.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right, everybody. Good morning. Good morning.
Mm-hmm.
All right, do you want to talk about a study or a Fortnite fight? You get to choose, man, but choose wisely.
Gosh, I'm so tired of Fortnite. Do you want to talk about Nintendo's new streaming service or the brand new Disney streaming service where they announced some crazy new television shows?
That's not an option.
Oh. How come you only get to ask me questions?
Well, if you would have beat me to it, I would have allowed you, but I threw it at you. You can't just not choose.
But do you want to? Let's do the study.
You know what? Do your thing. You know what?
No, you know
I'm
what?
into streaming, bro. I'm into streaming.
Let's
you know
go
what?
with you,
Let's
bro.
go. Let's promote Disney. Let's promote some shows.
Well, you were talking about streaming our show from the Star 88 app, and I remembered some pretty crazy news yesterday.
Yeah, well, you know what? Hey.
But that would require nerd talk, and I just don't know if people want to hear nerd talk, honestly, because it's nerd talk, and who even remembers nerd talk?
Let's go talk to the nerds.
Nerd! Oh my gosh, it's nerd talk.
The nerd smell is overwhelming.
Nerd alert!
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Nerd Talk. I'm your host, Bailey's
I'm a nerd.
future ex-boyfriend. I play a lot of Magic the Gathering, and I love streaming downloadable services.
Nerd alert!
Whew, we got a lot of news for you today.
The
Disney
nerd smell is overwhelming.
Whoa, they went for it, didn't they? Am I right, Dexter?
Okay.
Check it out, dude. Disney has announced that they were leaving Netflix. Remember that big announcement? They were like, hey, just so you know, we're getting our own streaming service
about
because we're
Daredevil?
Disney.
What
and we're
about
going to do all these
Punisher?
things. And you would think that. And Marvel and Disney were like, yeah, I guess we're just going to have to go big or go home. Well, Marvel and Disney have announced the first 2 shows coming to their exclusive streaming service. There's going to be a show about Scarlet Witch, starring Elizabeth Olsen, yes, from the Avengers films, and a series about Loki with Tom Hiddleston playing Loki.
What? But he dead.
Oh, sorry. What? No, stop it. Stop it.
Wow.
Stop it. Yeah. Well, we don't know. Tom Hiddleston and Elizabeth Olsen are both set to take over these spin-offs as television series. They'll get 6 to 8 episodes. It's going to be produced by Marvel Studios with Kevin Feige, the head, the guru of all Marvel. And yeah.
That's pretty cool. You know what? That's what I kind of like. That's what they should do with these characters that aren't as popular.
Yeah.
Give them a series.
Give them their own show. Give them their own series. Disney's already started to unwind the licensing deals in order to put as much of their own content on their platform as possible. So
I'm going to have to buy another streaming service.
The company announced Star Wars, a TV series, live action TV series that is being overseen by Jon Favreau, who's directing The Jungle Book, who did the Iron Man films. It's Jon Favreau. So a show based on High School the Musical, a live action Lady and the Tramp film. They're offering their new releases when it launches, like Dumbo, Captain Marvel will go straight there. Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, this is an expensive bet that they're placing because they're leaving Netflix and they're branching out on their own. And granted, it's Marvel, but...
So does that mean they're going to take all of the Marvel shows that are on
with
Netflix?
them and go,
oh, man.
Bye! Taking it over here, guys. The Star Wars series alone is reportedly set to cost $100 million.
Oh my gosh. Well, you know what? Disney's got the money to do it.
I guess. But I mean, they have to spend big to make an impression because Netflix has
taken over.
125 million subscribers.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, but if they start putting out
125 million
shows,
subscribers
if they start
globally.
putting out shows like Netflix does,
yeah,
it won't be a problem, man.
While the Marvel series are in early development, writers have yet to be attached to the projects, but Marvel TV Studios and Disney have been active with their shows. That's, let's see, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Daredevil Season 3. Those will stay under the Marvel TV banner, with these limited series set to go under a new banner, the Marvel Studios banner, which is where they make their movies, because they want them all interconnected. So they're going to start making new TV series based upon characters from the films. I am not going to lie. When I read that Loki was going to be like the first Marvel TV show.
That's pretty cool.
Tom Hiddleston is a phenomenal actor. I will take that all day, air day.
Do you think Netflix should start doing DC shows?
No, because DC has their own service now, remember? They just launched. And everyone's trying to do it on their own. So we'll see. Because what that means for all of us consumers is we're going to have to pick and choose. Because instead of just getting like a DirecTV or a Comcast or whatever, cable service you use,
right?
Now everyone's just going to be like, would you like this a la carte? All right, well, this one's $10 and that one's $12.
Yeah, I think I'm already spending over $40
right,
just on streaming services.
So think about that. Everybody's complaining about how expensive their cable bill was, and I wish I could just this. And now all the channels are like, oh, okay, it's $10 for this channel.
Yeah, but if you think about it, though, if I'm paying under $50 for all of the streaming services that I have, I would rather have that than a satellite. I really would, because the on-demand, the streaming, I think it's so much better than satellite TV. It's like, what do you really have it for? The local channels? You don't need it anymore.
Yeah. Somebody says, I'm so down for Marvel TV. Somebody else said, can they bring back Nightcrawler and do a series on him? Somebody else said Nerd Talk is my favorite segment. You tell Chippers. The Starmie wants Nerd Talk.
Chill, bro.
Somebody else said, OMG, yes, Nerd Talk. I feel like a crying 14-year-old girl at whatever boy band concert. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If the Marvel series stuff is true, I'm going to subscribe like you can't believe, someone said. So we'll see.
Yeah, if they put out quality stuff, man.
I mean, everybody's doing this. I mentioned earlier that Nintendo is starting to launch a new online series, if not series, but just an online service. And that launched late last night. So now video games are doing the same thing. Nintendo dropped this service and it's like, however much a year, and you can play all these old classic original Nintendo games.
Yeah.
But you have to subscribe to their service. It seems like everybody's going this route where $10, $20 a month.
Did you see car companies are starting to do it too? Audi just started a new service where it's something like it's over $1,000 a month, and you can go to the dealership and take. You can pick between 2 different Audis a month, or you can keep one of them for up to 6 months.
However long,
yeah, and then trade it in. So it's like a car service that you pay a monthly fee.
It's weird though, right?
And you can just switch out your
now
cars.
No one owns anything.
Yeah.
I don't like that. That's why I still buy like all my movies and CDs and stuff. Like I'll still actually buy physical things because it's like, but I want to own this. I want ownership.
But that's a little hoardish of you.
Hoarderish?
Hoarderish of you, because why
not?
do you
what
want
if those services
to own...
go away? I can't watch it in the car? I know you say that, but yeah, we have a minivan
But I guess that's
where we
that's the difference between you and I is I rarely go back and watch a movie again.
Oh, see, and we always.
If I do, it's going to be years down the road. Yeah. And so in my lifetime, I might watch a show twice if I'm lucky. So that's where we're different. I don't need all that stuff.
Yeah. Somebody said, wait. According to that math, Netflix makes $1.75 billion a month.
No, honestly, I think something like that.
Averaging $14 a month out of the 125 million subscribers. You said that's $1.75 billion a month.
No, that's exactly. I think you nailed it. That's how they're able to spend so much money to make these shows.
My mind is blown.
Right.
That is insanity.
That's true. I'm pretty sure that's true. It's somewhere up there. I don't know if it's $1 billion a month yet, but I think it's close.
Good question from the Starmie is how much to subscribe to your show?
Oh man.
Well, guys.
Well, just I mean,
but that's the thing with all these streaming services. Sadly, that's the route that a lot of things are going to go. Yeah. A lot of entertainment's going to go that route. So someday that may be a thing where all of a sudden it's like, do you want to only listen to the morning show? Do you want to only listen to the music? Do you want to $5 a month? You're going, wow.
$5.
All digital.
Jeez.
We're going online
what if
only.
$4.99? It sounds cheaper, but it's still like $5.
Yeah.
It's only $4.99 a month, guys.
Somebody said, Steve-O, you don't actually own anything. It all belongs to God.
Jesus joke!
Well done. Well done.
Amen.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Rodney says, Steve-O, you nailed it. I thought I would be weird if I said that I want to own DVDs and CDs. I'm off the grid. No streaming, no cloud. I'm very weary of all of these, quote, conveniences.
Good for you, man.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
A part of me's like, you're missing out. But then part of me's like, no, you just stay off the grid.
Well, okay, for example, so here's another reason why I want to own movies. A couple weeks ago, the Jeter boys were talking about this paper that they were working on, and I'm like, "Oh, who are you guys writing on right now?" And they said William Wallace. He was this Scottish, and I go, "William Wallace? Oh my gosh, I had no idea you guys were studying William Wallace." And they were both just kind of like weirded out by me that I even know. They're like, "You know who William Wallace is?" And I'm like, "Duh, bro!" And I immediately jumped online and checked Netflix and Hulu and all the streaming services, and it was like, "Oh, Braveheart's not available anywhere to stream. I'd have to go purchase it if I want to watch this film with my sons right now." And so,
did you check
I was
TNT?
Bummed. I know, right?
Did you check all those like TBS?
So if there's movies that you love that you want to watch over and over, they don't stick around on all these streaming services.
you're
They
right.
come and go.
Yeah.
So I'd rather own them personally than pay all this money every month to not own anything. So because that was such a bummer because I was like, well, clearly I own Braveheart. I don't own Braveheart. How do I not own Braveheart?
It's one of the best.
And well, then I started realizing, I owned it on VHS and then DVD because that movie is old.
Yeah.
Because my kids had no idea who William Wallace was except they were learning about him in school.
And wasn't the movie a lot different than who William Wallace really was? Wasn't he a bad person?
No.
Oh, he wasn't?
No, dude.
Somebody
He's
told
the
me.
reason Scotland gained their freedom from the Brits.
See, somebody gave me some bad information because somebody had told me that he was like the story of him. He was like a bad person.
You're thinking of Gladiator. No, I'm just
not.
I will say this, like his death, there was a lot of things that I was like, oh, that happened? Oh, I didn't know this. And so they were learning historically about him. And I'm like, well, learn and do your paper and all that. And then maybe soon we'll watch Braveheart because it's still an important film and it's got stuff in there. But yeah, they took some liberties.
Mm-hmm. Maybe it was, I read like a story from the British perspective of William Wallace because he was the enemy.
He was. I mean, he helped a nation gain their freedom.
Scotland, yes.
Oh, gosh, it was so great.
It is why so many people are debt-free across the country.
What's in your wallet? It's the next commercial.
Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, guys. What's going on?
Hey, Gentry.
Hey, you're talking about blockbuster movies?
Oh, no. Yeah.
Dude. Greatest up there with Braveheart, Star Wars, all those. Powder.
Oh.
Powder?
Never seen it.
You've never seen Powder?
Never seen it.
Oh, my gosh. I feel like you would love Powder.
Never seen it.
I saw
would
Powder.
Love Powder. You got to watch it, Steve.
Powder is the saddest movie ever.
Never seen it. It's about the albino kid.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
It's awesome.
Okay.
All right, guys. Take care.
He's such a weirdo. Such a weirdo. You'll cry watching that movie.
Yeah.
Ugh. No thanks.
Dude, somebody said, have you ever looked up the history of Netflix? Actually, Blockbuster turned down the offer to buy them.
No kidding.
Can you imagine? There was an offer on the table for Blockbuster to purchase Netflix, and they're like, pass! We got this cornered. Oh. Shout out to Blockbuster for making an appearance in the Captain Marvel trailer and most people not knowing what Blockbuster is.
There's one left, guys. Where was it? Was it Oregon? There's
Somewhere.
one Blockbuster in
one
Oregon left. Yeah. That's hilarious.
Yep. Somebody says, y'all take that $1 billion a month and get me some quality superhero TV. I'm on board and need to sit down for a minute and use my inhaler. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see what Netflix does with, or maybe they don't even need to do any superhero movies anymore because they have so many original shows coming out. I mean, it's insane how many just this month new original shows came out on Netflix.
Yeah.
They're just throwing money at people. Oh, you want a show? Here, go.
Here, try this show.
Try
this show. Take this show.
Like comedians, there's like this like new rise of comedians because, Netflix is like, oh, you want a special? Here you go. Yeah. Oh, you want to do a show on cars? Here you go.
So is that our nerd talk? Did you watch the Captain Marvel trailer?
Yeah, dude.
You got to admit, like...
Oh, man, I'm really excited. It's going to be great.
I love the tech.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
I love the fact that they de-aged Sam Jackson.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I wonder how much that costs to do that through a movie.
Well, Michael Douglas actually was quoted as saying he's really wanting a Hank Pym film. Like... he plays an older Hank Pym in the Ant-Man films, and he said because of the technology they have, he wants a young Hank Pym Ant-Man movie.
Nice.
But he wants to play him. And I'm going,
yeah, I bet we're going to see more and more of that.
Crazy.
We're going to see more and more of that.
One of the originators to me to do that was Tron.
Yeah.
That was a Disney film. Gosh, Tron Legacy was so good.
Mm-hmm.
It was so good.
Yeah, I guess.
Jeff Bridges, bro.
Yeah. I think they're a weirdo.
What?
I don't know.
How?
It's just not my thing.
Okay, that's fine.
Not my thing, man.
All right. Well, guys, coming soon, you can stream us for only $12 a month.
$12, but what about $11.99?
It'll be available exclusive to our website.
Or $11.98.
That's what we're gonna do, guys.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
It seems like that's what everybody's doing, though. So, I guess we all have to start really deciding what we value. Like, do we care about this channel? Do we care about this show? Do we care about because everything's splitting up? So,
by the way, Braveheart is on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, you still have to buy it.
Oh, I'll give you the
You still
password,
have to
dude.
pay for it.
Oh, so it's not one of the extreme
it's not
ones?
one of the free.
The primes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine.
Mm-hmm.
Fine.
Mm-hmm.
People are freaking out. People don't like change in general, you know? Like when somebody change the Coke recipe, people lost their minds. Like when you change something that, here's the deal. If it ain't broke, finish the line.
Don't fix it.
Don't fix it. It ain't broke.
If it ain't broke, you don't have to fix it because it's not broke.
It's like our show.
You only have to fix it.
Is our show broke?
Well, we are broke. We need some cash.
Well, I mean,
only $11.99.
McDonald's just made a huge change to their apple pies, and people are losing their minds.
Well, duh.
The apple pie has been the same at McDonald's since we were children, since we were kids.
Oh, yeah. Do you remember the cherry pie, though? That was the first change they made, and I never ate there again. You jerks. Why would you keep the apple pie and get rid of the cherry? The cherry pie was way better. Ugh.
The pies now have a new lattice crust on top.
Oh.
So instead of being totally covered with dough, now it crisscrosses on top, and the pies also have new ingredients, including more cinnamon and less sugar. I mean, for me personally, I think that's a great thing that they have less sugar and more cinnamon. Cinnamon's definitely healthier for you. But that's definitely going to change the taste of your apple pie that you've been so used to. Yeah, people are just tweeting, saying they're horrible now. What did you do? I'm never going back. My cravings were disrespected today. But McDonald's isn't backpedaling. They swear that people grow to love the new pies even more.
What's hilarious? People are complaining that they're healthier. What happened to McDonald's baked fried apple pies? These taste too healthy.
Yeah, you don't go to McDonald's to get healthy food. Give me a break. If it ain't broke, everybody, don't fix it.
Somebody said, just heard about the changed apple pies. Why try to make a pie healthy and change the recipe? A pie isn't supposed to be healthy. Guess I'm going to Taco Bell now.
Okay.
Like, these are the Twitter people.
It's so
these
funny.
are people on Twitter that just, trolls.
Yeah. They also pointed out it's not the first time they changed the recipe. It was in 1992. They switched from deep frying them to baking them.
Oh, do you remember when they would deep fry
Oh, my
them?
gosh. That's probably why I loved them back then.
Yep.
I haven't ate an apple pie there in years.
Well, no, that's because gross. That's because gross.
Yeah,
I don't like apple pie at all.
Oh, you're crazy, man.
And I'm not a fan. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not an apple pie guy.
Oh, my gosh.
It's just weird to me.
I love
it's
apple
like
pie.
gooey and squishy and
Exactly. Exactly.
You know
why.
what else I hate? Pears. Why do they
What?
exist?
You hate pears?
I hate pears.
I love pears.
They're like the softer cousin of the apple, and I hate them.
Oh, my gosh. You just don't like the consistency.
They're
You're one of those weirdos that doesn't like
You
the
bite
weird
into it, and it's
consistency
like
of things.
dimples and
So do you not like
grossness.
peaches or plums either?
I love peaches. We
See,
have a peach
but
tree
what
in the
about the
backyard.
consistency of that?
I'm down with peaches.
How can you be down with peaches but not pears?
What are you talking about? I love peaches. I love plums too.
What?
Pears are just gross.
How does that even make sense? Pears are not gross.
Pears are so gross.
You're gross.
They've got a weird taste to them. They're like the slower apple.
The slower apple. Okay. Never thought of them that way, ever.
Yeah. Yep.
You might be right, though. I don't
Somebody
know.
says, whatever, more cinnamon on everything. Okay.
Yeah, I guess.
Do you remember back in the day, did you ever make cinnamon toast? Like in the,
Oh, I still do.
Yeah. Get some butter on there and like a whole box of sugar.
So do you mix the sugar and the cinnamon in the bowl first?
Oh, no.
So you
got
got
to do that first?
Yeah. How do you do it?
You just pour it all in the...
What?
Yeah. And then
How do you get it? Like an even coat of sugar and cinnamon.
Even coat,
Yeah.
weirdo? No. That's
You
what
want
makes
to?
it
You want
magical.
next time?
It's a surprise in every bite.
No. Next time you put sugar in a bowl and then you dump cinnamon in there and take a spoon and you stir it up and then you dump it all over the toast, the buttered toast. Try it next time.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm being told I'm not American because I don't like
Right.
apple pie.
Who doesn't like apple pie?
I know. I
don't
do
trust
like
you
green
anymore,
chili
man.
apple pie from Asbury Cafe.
Ooh.
At the State Fair, they do that every year, right? It's only, yeah.
That's the only place you can get it?
Well, that's the only place I ever had it because it was like all of the proceeds benefited the church.
Green chili apple pie sounds so delicious.
It was really good. I'm not an apple pie guy. I don't know. I just don't like apple pie.
You like cherry pie,
Anytime
blueberry
they
pie?
do I love literally any other pie but apple. Love cherry pie. Pecan pie, pumpkin
See,
pie.
these are questions I should have asked before I started doing a show with you. You know, I should have asked these things before we walked down the aisle together.
Yeah. It's too
Should
late,
have
man.
asked, you know?
Sorry, bro.
Now I just look at you like a weirdo.
But wouldn't that mean great things in our relationship? That means if someone ever bakes us an apple pie, you're going to get the whole thing.
I want to share it with you.
I don't want to share
I want
the
you
apple
to be
pie.
eating apple pie when I'm eating apple pie. Just like when we watch a movie, I want you to be watching a movie that I'm watching. Or our
You're
song comes on the
so
radio, I want to make sure
needy.
you're listening to the song at the same time as me. I want to share my life with you. I don't want to eat my apple pie by myself. I do want to eat it by myself. I do.
Oh, Rosalind doesn't like pecan pie, and we can't be friends.
Gosh, man.
I don't get it.
Any pie. Put anything in a pie crust, and I'll eat it.
Pretty much anything, yeah. Strawberry rhubarb?
Okay, you know what? I won't eat.
What?
What is it? Minced pie? Minced meat pie?
Yeah, no.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, no.
There's no way.
Okay.
Ugh.
Yeah, never mind.
Give me a break.
Yeah. That's not pie.
That's like
though.
a pot pie.
lie.
That's like a pot
That's
pie.
a lie. Yeah.
If it ain't broke.
We're going to go get pie. You want to go get pie?
I just had pie.
Oh,
I just
yeah,
had like an
true.
apple pastry. It was
We
basically
did.
an apple pie.
It was so gross, guys.
What did you get?
I just get the same thing as you.
All right, I don't think you know what you want. All right, thanks for joining us this morning. We're going to upload the show on YouTube and Facebook. You guys can go back and watch the show, hang out with us, Star 88 FM. Again, make sure you download the app to your phone, Star 88 in the App Store. Once we reach 5,000 downloads, we're going to announce a big party at Village Pizza. Free pizza with the Starmy to celebrate 5,000 downloads. So make sure you guys spread the word. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.
That's all we got. There ain't no more. That's right. Time is tight. It's the end of the show.
Hi, it's Dex. We want you to share your star story. How has Star 88 and the morning invasion impacted your life?
Hey, good morning, guys. You guys just keep it real. You know, it's good to know that,